Is this what you want? What kind of game you got, Dad?
I'll fucking wait. Who wanna debate? Straight, let me cook. Fish frying while season and marinate. Every season, there's no reasoning, just unanimous decision. Smash the noti bell, and thanks to all subscriptions. Mama brutality, stop fouling me, I'm goated. Body shots got them folding, every word they can quote it. Smoking bud, watching bud, smoke these niggas Mayweather with the defense, nothing short of genius. High step into the end zone like prime time, point me to the limelight, mic check, it's my time. The pod god every time I deliver. You're now tuned in to GOAT Thriller. I'm here to stay, all the chatter, y'all can dead it. Let's start the show. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I said it. Dinging on them. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I'm the best ever. There's
I
never been
fucking
anybody
wait.
better. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
Yeah, I said it.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every last one of y'all hit that like or dislike button. And please don't forget to put some mother effing Coach K Duke full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to my channels. And please don't forget to ring that noti bell so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy E-Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein.
I didn't stutter.
AKA Go Thriller.
I didn't stutter.
AKA the motherfucking Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on a sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen in the Wolf Chat, welcome back. Now, all right, man. First things first. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my YouTube accounts. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on all my social media accounts. That entails Facebook, Twitter, the Gram, TikTok, motherfucking Reddit. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. I see you. Make sure y'all put some popcorn emojis in this bitch. Put some E3s in this bitch if y'all can hear me pretty crystal clear. Before I get to cooking on what I want to talk about, had a good weekend of boxing. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 5-on-5 festivities. Once again, shout out to His Excellency for putting on for the sport of boxing, for making these big time fights happen. We ain't really got to talk about purse splits and, you know, size of the street and, oh, this guy deserves this and that guy don't deserve that. We ain't really been talking about none of that type of stuff, you know, lately on these panels and on these channels, is, you know, as far as us being content creators and boxing connoisseurs and savants and things of that nature. So once again, man, I got to give a huge kudos and a huge round of applause to His Excellency once again for putting on for one of, if not my favorite sports in the world, man. So let's give him a big old round of applause. But y'all let me know, man. I'm looking in the chat. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, because my internet been fucking up a couple of days, man. I just want to make sure my mic ain't going in and out, make sure my shit ain't lagging, because it's lagging on my end, but I can't really tell if it's lagging on y'all end. So y'all put some E3s in the chat if y'all can hear me, man, if I ain't going in and out. And I'm going to get the cookie, man, because I'm going to be in and out like a stick up. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in this bitch, man. But before I get started, shout out to my guy, man, Lee Mansour, who is a channel member of the Wolfpack, and also my guy, Young Moolah, baby.
Young Money.
For supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys' love and support. And each and every time I go live, these dudes end up sending me a super sticker, a super chat, or cash app. These dudes make me feel very appreciated. Man, I need more like y'all, man. So if anybody else want to donate to the channel, the cash app is Yeah I Said It E3 on the screen. And also, the super chat option is available 24/7, 365. Facts, E-Thriller, big facts. But anyway, y'all already know I got 2 cash apps. Well, not cash apps, but super chats. So I got to get y'all 2 clips. Hit it! And all right, man. And also, I got to give one for my guy Moolah. I appreciate you, Moolah. Salute. Already, I appreciate it, my brothers. Now, back to what I was about to say. All right, man. So first things first. So, of course, I watched the fight this weekend, and it really pains me to do this episode because, you know, my energy level, it really ain't there like it normally be because let me preface my comments by saying this. First and foremost, if you're new to my channel, make sure y'all hit that like button, sub up to my channel, join the Wolf Pack if you want to become a member of the Wolf Pack. And if you want me to go live, you'll be able to call shots, give me certain topics to talk up on, and, you know, things of that nature, man. I really appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Everybody in the chat, playback gang, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's working overnight shift. Shout out to everybody that work early in the morning, during the day. I see ya, right? And it really pains me to do this show tonight, right? Because I am a Deontay Wilder fan. So before anybody come in here and saying, oh, E-Thriller, you're hating. Oh, E-Thriller, you're being too hard on him. Oh, E-Thriller, you're capping. Oh, E-Thriller, oh, he still got a lot left in the tank. It's bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Because I watched that fight not only this past weekend, right, with Zhang. And congratulations to him. He did exactly what I predicted for him to do because I had him stopping Deontay Wilder in dramatic fashion, right? So kudos to him. But let's focus on the Deontay Wilder, right? Because it really amazes me as to how a guy like a Deontay Wilder went from being a guy who would sit down on his punches, right, to land that bomb of a right hand. You know, that's why we call him the Bronze Bomber. That's one of the main reasons why everybody that's a casual fan, that's a hardcore fan, that's a mediocre in-between fan, people really that don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, that's what drew a lot of people to a Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, right? Being able to sit down on his punches and knock motherfuckers out to get his opponents up out of there, right? Whenever he was up on the Mark Breland. Shout out to Mark Breland. Because, like, whenever he was running the show, this dude was a showstopper. He was must-see TV. You feel what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, this dude has turned into a guy who appears to be overly cautious. He has turned into a guy that appears to be a back-footed fighter, a counter puncher who is waiting to land that one big right hand. But for whatever reason, the man is gun shy. He can't seem to pull the trigger. He can't seem to find the right space and distance on the fucking jab. And speaking of a jab, he barely even threw the goddamn jab the other night. Yeah, I said it. And then he barely even threw punches against Parker. So I'm looking at a Deontay Wilder and I'm starting to make a comparison of this dude is basically the heavyweight version of an Adrian the Problem Broner. This is AB 2.0 all over again, right? And we could say what we want about AB. We know that he used to be the guy. He used to be one of the best trash talkers, still is one of the best trash talkers, one of the most entertaining fighters you will see in the sport today. You feel what I'm saying? AB has rarely had any boring fights because his fights are normally action-packed. But the same could be said about a Deontay Wilder of the past, the Deontay Wilder of old. But I'm looking at this guy underneath of Malik Scott, and he just is a shell of himself, y'all. Like, he doesn't have the confidence. He doesn't have the ring generalship, in which he never really had, because let's be honest, if you are a true boxing fan or a true fan of a Deontay Wilder, right, then you will know that this dude was never a counter puncher. He always lacked the core fundamentals of the sport of boxing. Yeah, I said it. You know, the ability to, you know, feint and move his head and slip and punch and parry shots and catch and shoot and things of that nature. Fighting, being able to go punch laterally, being able to fight off his back foot. The only thing that Deontay Wilder was great at doing was coming forward and knocking motherfuckers out, right? And I'm going to tell y'all this, because I feel like a lot of people love to point to the trilogy between himself and a Tyson Fury as to, oh, that was the breaking point for Deontay Wilder. But I'm going to take it a step further, because I feel like a lot of people slept on this fight because mainly Deontay Wilder won this fight. So I did a little soul searching, because like my heart is hurting right now, because I am truly a fan of Deontay Wilder. But y'all know me, right? I'm the dude on YouTube that's going to tell y'all what y'all need to hear, not what the fuck y'all want to hear. And I went back and watched that first fight with Luis King Kong Ortiz, right? And Deontay Wilder was getting he was getting outboxed, outclassed, outslicked, outwitted all night long. And Deontay Wilder, y'all go back and watch this fight. Y'all do y'all research. Go back and fact check me. And drop some comments in the chat, whether you agree or disagree. That's what makes for a better show. Y'all know your boy E-Thriller, aka the Black Picasso. I really don't care about that. I want y'all to disagree with me. But I feel like, in my honest opinion, that round 7 showed that Deontay Wilder, if you put enough pressure on this dude, right, he is going to fold like a cheap-ass lawn chair. Right. And if you go back and watch that fight with Luis Ortiz, he was pressuring Deontay Wilder, who his balance has just always been off. I've never liked his footwork. I've never thought that the man had ring generalship. He never had great defense. He doesn't know how to avoid or evade punches whenever you're throwing shots at him. And I feel like Luis Ortiz had a game plan, but he really just didn't step on the gas after he rocked Deontay Wilder, had him out cold on his feet time and time again in that round 7. Go back and watch the fight, because I can make a legitimate argument that the referee could have stopped that fight, because we've seen Deontay Wilder out on his feet like that in the Tyson Fury fights, and I just saw him like that out on his feet against Joseph Parker, and then I just seen him out on his feet against Zhang. You feel what I'm saying? Whenever he got dinged on trying to throw that straight right hand, that premeditated ass right hand, lunging forward in no man's land with his fucking the whole left side of his face was just exposed, just chin all up in the air. And Zhang, being the goddamn counterpuncher that he is, he just basically slipped to the left. But as he was slipping to the left, right, he was already throwing that check right hook, because he knew it was there for the taking. And Deontay Wilder, y'all, this is how bad it got on Saturday night, y'all. Deontay Wilder got clipped so hard. He was right on the bridge of his nose, like it looked like it barely grazed his nose. This man has taken so much punishment, in my Ringmaster Q voice, that the man turned around and did a pirouette in the ring, and he started talking to himself. And I'm thinking, as I'm watching this shit live, like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? What the hell is going on? Because to the naked eye, whenever I was watching it live, it looked like he didn't get hit. You know, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there on social media, mainly on X and Facebook, you know, in these boxing groups, that felt like Deontay Wilder took a dive. Because in real time, when you see the punch, it was the perfectly timed punch. And whenever I went back and watched the fight in slow-mo yesterday afternoon, I wish y'all could have saw the look of disbelief that was on your boy Goat Thriller's face. It was like, damn, like that had to be some really meticulous film study, because he knew all along that was going to be the shot that got Deontay Wilder the fuck up out of there. He was just setting them up all night long. And it really didn't take that goddamn long, rather, because the fight only went 5 fucking rounds. And speaking of which, Deontay Wilder was doing all this talking prior to this fight, saying that he had to make all these changes. He had to change his inner circle. He is rededicated to the sport of boxing. He's going back to the core fundamentals. You know, he's turned himself back into a gym rat because he felt like he lost his fervor, his way, his love for the sport of boxing, right? So I'm listening to Deontay Wilder, and I'm looking at his mannerisms, and I'm looking at his body language, because I feel like I'm one of them dudes. I just know how to read a motherfucker. As soon as I meet him, I know how to read if a nigga is full of shit or not. And I knew the entire fucking time, as much as I wanted to believe what Deontay Wilder was spitting, as much as I wanted to believe that he had turned over the leaf, as much as I wanted to believe that a Deontay Wilder will all of a sudden turn the hands back on the fucking clock, I knew good and goddamn well it wasn't going to be the case. Because for some odd reason, ever since he's got with that motherfucking OnlyFans star, you know, the guy that trains him, that talks a real good game, Fuck being a trainer. You feel what I'm saying? Malik Scott should be a goddamn boxing commentator because I'm going to be honest, even though I feel like he's full of shit whenever he talks about a Deontay Wilder, because this dude just loves selling us bullshit. He is a master manipulator, right? He know how to fool the masses with his vernacular. And what I mean by that is this. Malik Scott is the type of dude, right, that was telling us prior to this fight that a Deontay Wilder was going to be assertive. He was going to be systematic. He was going to be violent. He was going to be explosive. He was going to be dynamic. Malik Scott also had the nerve, the temerity to sit up there and say with a straight face, and I'm going to show y'all this shit because one thing about your boy Go Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, I always, and I repeat, always come with the fucking receipts. Facts, Thriller, big facts. But whenever I heard this man say with a straight face that a Deontay Wilder was going to be dynamic with good defense and balance, I was like, huh? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm trying to figure out when, where, how. When has Deontay Wilder ever had good balance? When has a Deontay Wilder ever had great fucking defense? When has Deontay Wilder ever been fleet of foot? When has Deontay Wilder ever been a counterpuncher that you have resorted this man into? I mean, the metamorphosis of being a guy who was throw the 1-2 combination with the best of them whenever he was under the tutelage of a Mark Breland. You feel what I'm saying? From going to a guy that's making this dude, like I said 5 months ago, play twinkle fucking toes in the ring. I don't know why is Deontay Wilder bouncing so much on his toes. Why is he circling to the right all fucking fight? Malik, what are you working on? And then I just wanted y'all to keep this in mind because I didn't listen to anything that Malik Scott was saying prior to the fight. I just got done listening to this shit like when I was at work because I knew I was going to do a show on this shit because I haven't really gave an in-depth reaction or a breakdown as to what happened, right? But I seen these clips prior to the fight on X, man. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. And I want y'all to check this out because I was one of the very few individuals on YouTube that was trying to tell my dogs, the OG, one of the OGs on my panel. And y'all know I love him. I really love him dearly, true to heart. And Mr. Golden, aka Goldie Loke. The last couple of shows that I've done, whenever I had a panel, I was trying to tell my big homie that, look, man, you're reaching, bro. I just don't see a Deontay Wilder being able to beat this Zhang dude. You feel what I'm saying? Because Deontay Wilder started doing reggaeton. He started doing psychedelic drugs. He isn't training properly. He got some issues going on in his personal life with him and his brother that I ain't even going to talk about. It appears as though him and his old lady that he was with for a long time is no longer together. Like, this dude got a lot of shit outside of the ring going on. And don't even get me started on the shit that's troubling him inside of the ring, which once again, I point back to the core fundamentals of the sport of boxing: head movement, punch placement, accuracy. Ladies and gentlemen, what in the flying fuck has happened to a Deontay Wilder's accuracy? Because I see this man every single time he tries to throw that straight right hand from the hill, he's smothering his work. He's smothering his punches. He's leaning forward. He's off balance. He's whiffing. And then there's times within this fight and the previous fight that he's had, might I add, with Joseph Parker, where the dude is punching like a fucking sissy. He's punching like a girl. I'm like, oh my God. But look, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. I'm going to get back to what I was saying, but I want y'all to see this shit because I knew right here in my heart of hearts, there was absolutely, positively no way that a Deontay Wilder can pull off an upset against Zhang. DJ E Thriller, roll that clip. What the fuck is this? Like, what is this doing? And mind you, I didn't see any of this shit translate inside of the ring. I didn't see any head movement. I didn't see any feints. I didn't see any jabs. All I saw Deontay Wilder doing is trying to paw with the jabs, kind of like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to measure his distance to load up on that straight right hand. You feel what I'm saying? And the shit just never fucking worked. But Deontay Wilder and a Malik Scott, a guy that be talking all this shit saying that, oh, Deontay Wilder is going to be surgical. He's going to be systematic. He's going to be assertive. He's going to be dynamic. We're going to do it smart. We're not going to go out there and just rebuke and just forget about defense. For Deontay Wilder to go out there and put up that piss poor, putrid ass performance on your watch time and time again, my brother, what the fuck are you guys working on? You feel what I'm saying? And this is why I said about 5 months ago, y'all just go back and do your research on and look at my channel on my motherfucking live feed. But I was telling y'all that yes, men trainers are bad for the sport of boxing. And in my honest opinion, Malik Scott is horrible for Deontay Wilder because he's telling them everything that he wants to hear. He's not telling them the shit that he needs to hear, like working on his footwork, not doing this goofy ass shit. Like, look at this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Man, let me take this shit down, bro. So I knew right good and goddamn well right there. And look at the dude in the back. Like, hold on, y'all. I don't even know this guy, but I've seen him in his camp. Right, let me pause this shit. But look at the level of disgust. Look at the look of disbelief on this guy's face right here. As Wilder's doing this shit like he ain't even believing this dude got a chance of winning. Facts, Thriller, big facts. I mean, this shit is embarrassing, y'all. Like, what the fuck? But Malik Scott, you talk a real good game. I mean, a real good game. And like I said earlier, to hell with being a trainer because Joel Osteen ain't got shit on you. TD Jakes ain't got shit on you. Ricky Rush, you feel what I'm saying? All these dudes, Ray Lewis, anybody that can talk you into doing some shit that you know good and goddamn well you ain't supposed to be doing. You're pretty damn good with your words. I must confess, I can listen to Malik Scott talk about other boxers, but I hate listening to Malik Scott talk about Deontay, Pastor, Wilder. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's delusional. It's all smoke and mirrors, saying that the man has assets, saying that the man can challenge a Muhammad Ali and he will be able to knock out Iron Mike Tyson and all this extra hyperbole ass shit that this man has been saying over the years, ever since he's taken over the reins from a Mark Breland as the head lead trainer. And then Deontay Wilder, as I'm watching that fight, I'm like, okay, so you came in at what, 212, 213? I think Zhang came in at like 280 again. So I don't even understand why you would go back into another fight with a big ass dude who is a way better boxer than you, who has just as much power as you. You feel what I'm saying? And that is a southpaw. When you just got your ass kicked by Joseph Parker for all 12 rounds. And prior to that fight, yeah, you knocked out Robert Helenius, but that shit was a fucking fluke. And you didn't even throw that fucking punch with bad intentions. That was a motherfucking schoolgirl punch. Faxy, Thriller, big facts. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Deontay Wilder's technique? It's like he's not really turning his hips anymore. It's like he's not sitting down and just putting that extra and dinging on niggas no more. Whenever I see Deontay Wilder landing these shots, it's like they ain't got no power behind them, y'all. And y'all know good and goddamn well, even if you're a fan of Wilder or if you're not a fan of Wilder, if you hate his guts, I get it. If not, kudos to y'all. I really don't care. But we're just going to be unbiased about this fucking situation, right? If Deontay Wilder don't have the power to land that right hand, he offers nothing for the sport of boxing. He offers absolutely nothing, because if he can't hit you and lay you the fuck out with that right hand, then what good is he? Because we all know that he isn't a defensive fighter. He doesn't have ring generalship. He doesn't have a high boxing IQ, because there were plenty of times within that fight with Joseph Parker where he should have been throwing a goddamn uppercut because he kept dipping his head to the right to avoid the right hand. And Wilder kept throwing the straight right hand like a fucking idiot, like a goddamn Neanderthal, like a fucking caveman in my mosquito spray voice. Shout out to my big brother, Eddie Atlas. But he kept doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? So it had me thinking to myself when I was at work earlier today, like, is this really a Malik Scott issue, or is this solely on Deontay Wilder, or hey, is this a joint venture? Like, is this a co-issue type of thing? Because I'm starting to blame both of these motherfuckers, because at the end of the day, I think at this point in his career, Deontay Wilder is 38, 39 years old, just lost to a 41-year-old. I think this man is uncoachable. I think Deontay Wilder is just hell-bent on cashing out, on getting these quick-ass paydays, but he know good and goddamn well he wasn't going to win these fights because listen to how he was signing prior to the fight. He was already putting it out there like, hey, man, this is the breaking point. If I lose this fight, I'm going to retire. You know, this is a must win. He put all of this unnecessary pressure on himself. And for him to go out there and get tired in the first fucking round, like go back and watch that fight because there's always an excuse with these overzealous and overly emotional Deontay Wilder fans. And I'm not nothing like half of you motherfuckers, right? I'm willing to be honest and give constructive criticism. But whenever he got his ass kicked against Tyson Fury for the third time, they said, oh, it was the weight. He came in too big. Oh, he need to go back down, you know, and be slimmer so he could be more mobile, so he could be more agile because he already had the power, right? And now that the man is slendered down to his old self, now we're blaming Malik Scott. You feel what I'm saying? And we're blaming everybody else. But at the end of the motherfucking day, at some point, we got to start looking at Deontay Wilder and saying, this dude just doesn't have it. And it is a fucking miracle for this dude to make it as far as he made it in the sport of boxing and who also has the possibility to become a fucking Hall of Famer. Now, do I believe Deontay Wilder is a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. I don't give a fuck about his title defenses, him having 10 title defenses. I don't give a fuck about the knockouts, the record, all this extra shit, because at the end of the motherfucking day, whenever he went up and stepped up in competition against the Tyson Furies of the world, against the Joseph Parkers, against the Zhangs, he failed to live up to expectations. He looked like a fucking shark out of water. Y'all. This dude can't box. I'm sorry. He can't box. Deontay Wilder can't box a fucking gift. It is what it is. At some point in time, whether you're for Deontay Wilder or you're against him, we have to come to grips with this shit, y'all. But I want y'all to listen to Malik Scott, right? Hold on. And for the record, I do not own the rights to this content, right? This is for educational purposes only. Hold on, y'all. Share screen. I want y'all to listen to the shit that he was saying. As a matter of fact, hold on, y'all. Let me find this shit. Give me 1 second. Because I had it in my history. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Stop the presses while I'm doing that. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Maceo, a.k.a. Goldie Low, for that Cash App donation. I appreciate your love and I appreciate your support. And you already know where my shit at. I got to get you right too, fam. Hit it. All right, man, I appreciate that, Goldie Low, once again. And as always, if anybody else want to donate to the channel, the Cash App, pardon me, is I said it E3, and the Super Chat is always available. But let these ads run. I want y'all to listen to Malik Scott. I want y'all to get a good sense of all the bullshit he was saying prior to this fight. And once again, I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational purposes only. Let me just play the audio because YouTube be hating. I ain't trying to get my channel flagged. Let me do this. All righty, give me 1 second, y'all. I bet. So we're going to go out now. The title of this, shout out to Boxing Social. Make sure y'all go sub up to their channel and hit that like button. But the title of this video is Malik Scott hits back at Deontay Wilder. Critics opens up on Tyson Fury decline. Funny how he would say that. But DJ E Thriller, roll that clip.
Weeks in camp has been very good. It's been very good, meaning violent, good meaning assertive. Good, meaning that if he do everything that I know he can do Saturday night, he's going to knock Zhang out cold. And I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to say that with this fight, obviously coming off the Parker fight, when it comes to yourself and Deontay, how much he talks about sort of falling back in love with the game. Did you feel like you saw that from Deontay? Is this the camp maybe for the Parker fight? Is this a different one now in the Zhang camp?
Yeah, we trained good for the Parker fight. We had short time to train in. We've got about 3 weeks in, and having 3 weeks again against a very busy fighter like Joseph Parker at that time is not enough time to prepare the right way.
You see, this is my thing with Malik Scott and the Deontay Wilder. it seems as though these dudes have an issue with taking accountability, right? Because there's always some sort of excuse as to why they lost or why he underperformed as a trainer or why his fighter and his brother and his life partner, all these weird ass names and relationships and these quotables that he be saying about him and Deontay Wilder, how they always fall short whenever it's time to make these motherfucking big ass wins. You feel what I'm saying? Like whenever it's time to go out there and perform, he seems to fall short and a Deontay Wilder. So I'm just getting so sick and tired of him and Wilder always deflecting and pointing the fingers at all these circumstantial situations. And, oh, it was the inactivity. And, oh, we were supposed to do this. And, oh, we only had 3 weeks. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
We did what we could. Andy Lee and Joseph Parker, they had an incredible game plan, but the inactivity helped their game plan to be implemented in, even more. And that happened for a reason. And that happened for a reason, I believe, to reawaken the Bronze Bomber. Because just like Deontay or just like all of us, we all can fall asleep at the wheel sometime. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Did you sense like Deontay having that almost soul search and finding himself again? Did you sense that at all?
What, before the fight?
Yeah, I suppose now in like the last couple of months, I guess.
In the last few months, yeah, because we've been talking every day since basically the fight, like we always do. Like, you know what I mean? Me and Deontay is, a teacher and boxer and brothers at the same time, but we also are very good friends. So we talk about the fights. We talk about things he did wrong,
Carry on.
Okay, yeah. I talk about, things that he could have did better. Take the loss as a team. He don't lose alone. I lose with him when he lose. When he win, I win with him. So it's it was great, man. It was great. It was a blessing in disguise. I'm glad it happened because it has reawakened the Bronze Bomber.
All right, man. So just to put this interview in proper context, and if you haven't done so already, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, share this content, and subscribe to the channel. But to put this into proper context, this is prior to the fight that just took place this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to His Excellency once again for putting on these phenomenal fight cards. We ain't got to talk about the money. We ain't got to talk about other sides of the streets. We ain't got to talk about, oh, this guy need to take this or this guy need to take that. So once again, shout out to His Excellency, the new face of boxing. But this is Malik Scott talking about Deontay Wilder having a great camp, and he went to pre-camp and all this. Just listen to this, y'all. Listen to this shit.
And I'm very proud of him thus far because he didn't just sit on that win and become lazy and say what he was going to do. He got back in the gym, became a gym rat, and I can't wait for you guys to see him Saturday night because I keep saying if he do everything Saturday night like I know that he can do, he's going to knock Zhang out cold, and he's going to do it in a very systematic way.
Being a
Systematic, really? You see what I'm saying? Because I was painting the picture so vividly with my words earlier, right? Because I just got on Malik Scott not even 10 minutes ago for saying that, oh, Wilder was going to be assertive. He was going to be systematic. What part of the game or what part of Deontay Wilder's game has ever been systematic? You feel what I'm saying? See, I feel like that's a part of the problem. You're trying to turn this dude into some shit that he has never, and I repeat, ever been in the fucking squared circle, Malik. He is not you. He is not a Muhammad Ali. He is not a Larry Holmes. He is not a Lennox Lewis. He is not a George Foreman. He isn't any of these great all-time heavyweight boxers. He isn't a Rocky Marciano. He isn't any of these motherfuckers, right? So why are you trying to turn him into some shit that he has never been? I will fucking wait. Good God almighty.
Trainer, how much benefit do you think someone like Deontay will have from being a gym rat? You mentioned there about the inactivity playing a factor and not having enough time to prepare. So for someone that now Deontay being a gym rat and always in the gym, how much sort of improvement do you think you can see at this stage in his career?
Improvement to me for Deontay with his training camp was him just going back to being assertive, being explosive, being dynamic, being alert. Being cognizant of his balance and things of that nature. So it's not that we did a bunch of new things. Myself, Cuz Hill, JD's, Don House, we've been having them on the track running very, very hard, and having them in the gym putting the rounds in, no less than 12 to 15 rounds. And it's been great, man. He really made I don't want to say a turnaround. It just he made a huge mental adjustment. A huge mental adjustment.
So with that being said, if this was Deontay Wilder at his absolute best, as far as having a pre-camp and coming in well prepared and not having any excuses, going back to the drawing board, being a gym rat, falling in love with the sport of boxing again, getting rid of all the outside noise and all of these distractions, and that man, for him to go out there and put up that piss poor performance is rather fucking alarming, y'all. Which is why I said in my TikTok that I made that went viral, man, I had. Make sure y'all go follow me at Yeah, I Said It podcast on TikTok. But look, man, Deontay Wilder needs to hang it up. He just needs to go, because if that was his absolute best in camp, and for him to go out and perform the way that he performed, how does it get any better? I don't see a Deontay Wilder beating any of these top, 1 through 15 fighters in the heavyweight division. I don't. Because there was a particular time in his career to where Deontay Wilder, he could take a decent punch. He could take a good punch. But now his punch resistance is very fucking low. You feel what I'm saying? He used to be able to take something to give a punch, like he would be willing to land his right hand and take a right hook or a left jab in the, right in the chops. But now Deontay Wilder, he appears as though, to me, on the outside looking in, coming from a little old YouTuber who don't know everything about the sport of boxing, but I just try to do my due diligence. I try to do my research and use my common sense whenever I'm watching film on these fighters that, whenever they're about to square off in the squared circle, to make an honest and educated assumption or opinion about what may or may not take place. And I feel like Deontay Wilder, he's scared to get hit. And I think for him to be scared to get hit is very fucking problematic, because, again, Deontay Wilder is not evasive. Deontay Wilder is not a counterpuncher. Deontay Wilder don't know how to slip and move. Deontay Wilder don't know how to exit to the left. Deontay Wilder he circles to the right the entire fucking fight. He was circling right into Zhang straight left hand. And like me and Eddie Atlas were trying to tell some of you fucking goofballs, some of you bias ass Neanderthals that love to clip Deontay Wilder's toenails, that he was going to get stopped. He was going to get stopped. Now, I wasn't happy about saying that because, again, I'm a Deontay Wilder fan, but I am an honest individual. See, that's the difference between me and them. I'm going to call this shit a spade, whether you agree or disagree. To hell if I care. But let's listen to Malik Scott again.
Do you think he's got a lot to prove in this fight?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't. Let me see. I would say it's just so much on the line for this fight. You know what I mean? Especially the stage that he's at in his career. There's a lot on the line for this fight, and he knows who he's up against. I know what we're up against, and we're going to handle this guy accordingly. We're going to protect ourselves, but we're going to be very violent and assertive at the same time.
You know what's so funny about this shit, y'all? This is his second time of saying we're going to be alert, we're going to protect ourselves. But then you see whenever Deontay Wilder got knocked the fuck out, he wasn't protecting himself, Malik. He got hit so goddamn hard because he was so defensively irresponsible, because he lacks the core fundamentals of the sport of boxing. And you were supposed to be the guy that came in to clean up things and be surgical with the attack and be very meticulous and smart and don't overly exert the right hand, use feints, use jabs, use head movement, use footwork. You were saying all this shit after Mark Breland was X'd out of the goddamn equation. But in the end, you hoodwinked us. You duped us. You led us astray. You feel what I'm saying? Because for one particular moment in time, whenever you came around, I kind of believed it. I said, you know what? Maybe he can listen to this dude and be a voice of reason. And maybe he can teach him a couple of tricks of the trade on defense and, learn how to set up that right hand better. But you have made this man worse. This man has regressed, y'all. So bad. I've never seen anything like this. Like, this shit is worse than Adrian Broner, because at least with Adrian Broner, he has some form of defense. You feel what I'm saying? At least with Adrian Broner, we can still say, man, if he let his hands go, he can be special. If Adrian Broner let his hands go, he can win these fights. But we can't even say the same about a Deontay Wilder, because the man has zero fucking technique. He has zero fucking defense. He can't avoid, he was getting clocked all night long to the body. He didn't like the shots to the body. He didn't like the shots up top. He was gassed after the first fucking round. He didn't know how to throw a goddamn jab. He didn't move his head one fucking time. But when we see this goddamn clip on X, he going viral. He moving his head, he's slipping and slipping and touching the guy. I don't even know what to call that shit. And then he's doing spin moves and juking like Barry Sanders. I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? But stop the presses. Stop the motherfucking presses. Shout out to my guy, David Houston, man. I appreciate that cash app. And as always, you already know I got to get you right, man, because I normally don't be looking at my phone when I'm cooking. Where my shit at? Hold on, y'all. Let me find you a clip, man. I appreciate your love and support, fam. And as always, I got to get you right. Hit it! Already. And also, man, shout out to Mark Nash TV. I appreciate that super chat donation, my guy. He said salute to E3 and the Woodpack. What's popping? How are you, kind sir? Already. I appreciate it, man. But back to what I was saying, man. Let's finish listening to Malik Scott.
Time, but what we're not going to do is forget defense. What we're not going to do is forget jab defense. We're not going to forget good balance, because everything with Deontay, in my opinion, the better his balance is, the better his vision is. The more he can see, the more that he have options to punch. He have bigger targets. And right now we're dealing with the biggest target.
Oh, really?
That has been hurt by guys that don't even punch as hard as Deontay. I've seen Zhang in all type of trouble with guys that's not even on Deontay's level. So he has his workout cut out for him even more than we do.
You mentioned earlier in the interview about sort of the relationship you have with Deontay and that trainer-fighter relationship. And after the Parker fight, Deontay did come under a lot of criticism. Do you feel like you felt that as well, and being the trainer, being so close to him, that you sort of felt that sort of all the criticism that he was getting?
Yeah, but I'm well aware that comes with the game. That comes with boxing. Like, you know what I mean? Just under 5 months ago, they were saying Derrick James was overrated, piece of shit trainer. Frank Martin had a win when he didn't look good. Errol Spence lost. They totally disregarded. That's how it go. But I've been in this since I've been 12. I didn't watch them say every trainer has been.
You know what's so funny as I'm listening to this shit? And I just thought about this as I'm listening to this interview again, man. It's kind of funny how Malik Scott can point out everybody else's fundamental flaws, right? He can say, oh, Zhang have been knocked out by lesser opponents. He can say, oh, this guy does this wrong, and oh, that guy does this wrong. But he can't seem to come to grips or be, honest about his own fucking fighter and his quote unquote brother in Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Like, he can't be honest about his assessment and his lack of fundamentals. It really just baffles my mind. And this is why I say this motherfucker is a yes man, because he telling Deontay Wilder everything that he want to hear, but he's not pulling him to the side to say, look, bro, we can't be doing these spin moves during training. We can't be doing all this goofy ass head movement that good and goddamn well you're not going to do. As soon as you get hit in your fucking face, like the great Iron Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. And as soon as Deontay Wilder got clocked in the fucking face, he reverted back to his old self.
Been a piece of shit sometimes, like, you know what I mean? I totally understand how that go. It probably will bother me. It does bother me when people that I know better will say certain other fighters that I think know better and know how this game go when they have strong opinions about certain things. It's almost like just a bunch of quack shit that go on in boxing sometimes. We're grown men like to gossip about shit just to be a part of a gossiping circle. I'm not into that. I'm into like calling things how they are, calling things fair. That's fair. The things that I don't agree with, I speak on in a respectful manner, not nothing derogatory. And I don't just hop on bandwagons. Oh, everybody's saying this about this person. Let's just start saying it. No, that's not the case, man. We both took, and I take pride in that. Deontay lose a fight, and everyone come down on him, and come down on the trainer too. Yes, like I'm all with it. I lose with my fighters. I ride with my guys, man. Like I don't. No. My fighter lose, I lose. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
At this point with Zhang, hard-hitting southpaw, and you mentioned, Sarah, he's mentioned about the Chinese power. What sort of ability does he possess when he comes up against Deontay Wilder? And what do you make of him as a fighter at this point? Zhang, yeah.
He's very good southpaw, big, strong, not extremely slow for his size. He's not extremely fast neither. He covered good space in short little time. to get his power shots off. What else? He fight in spots, but the spots that he fighting, you got to be very, very careful. And he's a good, very, very good fighter. Very dangerous. One of the most explosive. I would say one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the division right now. Easily, everyone is not jumping to fight this guy. Only one man is jumping to fight him, and he's up. We know who that is.
Do you take a lot from that Parker fight? Obviously, I think the main takeaways were there was definitely a slowdown in the end. With Zhang, the Zhang Parker fight I'm talking about. Do you take a lot from that fight? Like, not giving too much away, not giving a game plan away, but I suppose is that something that you take away, the way that he boxed in that fight?
Yes, the mentality. That's who Zhang is. Zhang fights in spots. If he don't fight in spots, he'll end up in a dark place if he don't get you out of there. That dark place, he doesn't behave good in it. Fatigue gets to him. He don't like to face fatigue because when he gets fatigued, he don't like the character. He becomes very, very insecure when he gets fatigued because his mannerisms just go to shit.
You know what's so crazy about that quote that he just said? Everything that he just said about Zhang is exactly how I feel about Deontay Wilder. Because if you watch Deontay Wilder's last couple of fights, or every fight that this man has lost or almost got stopped in, he tends to gas out. He has an endurance issue. He has stamina problems, right? And he already don't have fundamentals, right? But as soon as he get tired, all that shit just goes by the wayside. It's just like, fuck, like, I'm just trying to survive. And what's so crazy about a Deontay Wilder, he really don't know how to survive. Whenever Deontay Wilder gets caught with a big time shot from these heavyweights, he don't know how to clinch. He don't know how to fight off his back foot. He don't know how to buy time. He don't know how to evade punches. He don't know how to use his footwork. He don't know how to do anything. So basically, whenever you heard of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, he's a sitting duck. Like, that dude is there for the taking. Like, he is chopped liver. So everything that he said about Zhang, we can honestly say about Deontay Wilder.
And he's a big man, so you kind of understand that. Somebody being that big, getting tired, falling around, like, you know. But unfortunately, he can't get away with none of that with the man that I train. Because the man that I train and myself, we looking for nothing but the loopholes. And any loophole that we find, we're going to take advantage of immediately.
Whilst I've got you, Malik, I did want to ask you about a couple of weeks ago, Tyson Fury defeating,
Man, I would just love to ask this dude, like, bro, do you realize every time you go out here and make these bold proclamations and you make these bold ass statements and predictions, pardon me, saying that, oh, Deontay Wilder is going to do this and his opponent doesn't measure up to him because he has the skill set, he has the athleticism, he has the equalizer with the right hand, but we're going to be meticulous, we're going to be surgical, we're going to be systematic, we're going to be violent, we're going to be explosive, we're going to be dynamic. Do you not realize how bad you look after the fucking fact? Because that dude went out there and got stripped, butt, booty, naked, in front of his excellency, in front of everybody in Riyadh, in front of everybody in Saudi Arabia, in front of everybody that watched that shit live on the Zone pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder got stripped. The man took away his jab. He took away his right hand. He took away his confidence. The man was scared to throw punches. He never even had footwork to begin with, so I can't even say that he took away that. He never even had footwork. You feel what I'm saying? He never had head movement. He never knew how to fight on the fucking inside. And speaking of inside, whenever Deontay Wilder gets on the inside, do y'all see how horrible his punch placement is? Like, this dude is throwing slapping punches, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, how in the fuck did a Deontay Wilder make it this far? And the only thing my educated guess is this. Like, I'm going to say, the PBC matched them up against fighters that were not come forward fighters. They matched them up against dudes that was sitting back, letting Deontay Wilder fight at a particular pace that he was comfortable at, to where he can pick his shots, he can throw the 1-2, get up out the way, stalk you, and then ultimately send you to fucking sleep experts with their right hand. But as soon as they started putting him in the ring with dudes who were, around his motherfucking same weight or bigger than him in height, with the same level of reach and experience and things of that nature, Deontay Wilder got exposed. Deontay Wilder was an overachiever. I'm sorry to break it to y'all. Like, it is what it is, which is why I can't call the nigga a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. I know y'all trying to hang y'all hat on this shit to make you feel better on the inside and saying, oh, he got 10 title defenses. Oh, he would have beat Anthony Joshua. Oh, he got robbed against Tyson Fury. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm focused, man.
I'm not trying to hear that soft ass shit because you and I know good and goddamn well that the Deontay Wilder doesn't measure up to any fucking Hall of Famer. Even the least of the Hall of Famers, Deontay Wilder don't even deserve to be in that fucking conversation because the man can't do anything but throw the right hand. And for some odd reason, ever since he's got underneath Malik Scott, he don't even know how to do that. The man doesn't even know how to do it. He don't even know how to get his range, his distance to even time a fucking right hand, right? And the ones that he landing, it looked like he ain't even got no power behind it. So if Deontay Wilder ain't got no power, if he ain't got no fucking jab, he already ain't got no goddamn defense. He already got a piece of shit of a trainer, a guy that sounds way better than he actually trains in the fucking corner. You know, Malik Scott, a guy that be uploading porno flicks and fucking suspect ass pics with him and his old lady puffing on cigars and wearing weird ass shades and tight ass shorts and with his feet out with the toe loops and the sandals and shit. If he got that dude in his corner, he might as well go ahead and hang it up. Like I've been trying to tell you fucking Neanderthals. It is over. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Deontay Wilder can do whatever the fuck he want to do. He's a grown man, but me being a fan, I'm not a hater of Deontay Wilder. I support Deontay Wilder. I've always genuinely liked Deontay Wilder, and I was at one of the lowest points of my life whenever Deontay Wilder got his ass kicked by Tyson Fury in that second fight. I mean, you want to talk about low. That was one of the lowest points in my life as being a sports fan. You feel what I'm saying? But man, I'm just going to be honest. At the end of the day, I feel like the man has made a lot of money in the sport. He's done phenomenal things based off of his skill set or lack thereof. And this man has nothing left to prove because let's be honest, he will never win another world title. He'll never be able to beat a Tyson Fury. He'll never be able to beat a Alexander Usyk. He will never be able to beat a fucking, I don't even think he can beat Big Baby Anderson. I don't think he can beat Zhang. I don't think he can beat any of these motherfucking Herkovic. I don't think he can beat any of these guys in the heavyweight division. If we just being honest, if we're calling a spade, we got to be honest. See, this is the problem with a lot of you motherfucking bozos, a lot of you bias ass niggas with these channels and you fanboys that love to clip his toenails, that was lying to him about Glovegate and saying that, oh, Tyson Fury cheated. Oh, he's a cheater this, he's a cheater that. Oh, the ref robbed him, the crab in the bucket trainer and Mark Breland. Oh, he spiked his water. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Because y'all are partially the reason why Deontay Wilder fell into this false sense of reality. It was like he was motherfucking Thanos. You feel what I'm saying? On Avengers, to where he had the reality stone. He could just, flip his fucking fingers and, he went into this, oh, well, I'm still the guy. And, oh, I really got robbed and Fury ain't better than me. And I can continue to do this. And, oh, they got to be perfect for all 12 rounds. But I can only be perfect for one particular shot. You feel what I'm saying? This is why Deontay Wilder was running around here smelling himself the way he was smelling himself, because he had these certain fucking fanboy channels pushing these bogus ass narratives, knowing good and goddamn well that this dude was never a good fucking boxer. He was never a good boxer. He was a brawler. That's it. He was a guy. He was a one-shot artist, one fucking trick pony. But if you take that one particular trick away, Deontay Wilder can't beat no fucking fighter in the world. He can't. I'm sorry to break the news to you. If I lose subscribers, God damn it, it is what it is. Because once again, I don't really enjoy having fanboys around me and niggas that want to lie and, be yes men and not tell your partners the truth. Like, I ain't with none of that shit. Like, you one of them type of niggas, get away from me, because I'm the type of nigga that's going to tell you when your breath stink, when you're musty, you got a booger in your nose. God damn, bro, you should have brushed your hair. You don't feel what I'm saying? Or why you being, you know what I'm saying? I'm that type of nigga. You feel I'm an honest ass nigga, but half the time I don't even be trying to be funny. I'm just an honest ass nigga, right? It's in my nature. You feel what I'm saying? So Deontay Wilder, if you don't listen to anybody else but your boy E Thriller, aka the Black Picasso, it's time to hang it up, bro. It is what it is. But that's pretty much my spiel on this topic. Once again, congratulations to Zhang. He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He stopped Deontay Wilder. It's sad that it has to end this way. I know that the man would probably want to go out with a victory, but at this point, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it, my nigga? Because the way that you got clocked and you started talking to yourself, Like, bro, that shit was scary. Like, that dude is punch drunk. He can't take a good punch. He doesn't have the stamina to even avoid punches. You feel what I'm saying? Or to try to tire guys out. He don't have it, y'all. It's over. But back to the comments I go. Let me see. Let me pull this shit up. Let me turn this nigga off. Hold on, y'all. I ain't trying to hear nothing Malik Scott got to say whenever it comes to Deontay Wilder anymore. It is what it is. He's a yes man. He's not being honest with the guy. All right, but anyway, shouts out to Cypher Supreme TV. He said, salute my guy. What's poppin'? I see ya. What's shaking? Shout out to Goldie Low. Shout out to my guy Moolah. Shout out to my guy X-Man. I see ya. What's poppin'?
Idiot.
Yeah. Shout out to Anthony G Boxing. I see you got the E3s in the chat. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Hey man, shout out to GQ127. I appreciate you. He said, salute.
Idiot.
X-Man said, get them likes up, stop ducking the like button, hit the like button and subscribe and things like that. Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Hit that goddamn like button, man. Anthony said those KOs got him scared to let his hands go. Facts, bro. He's Adrian Broner 2.0. And it's crazy though, because like honestly, can we really blame Deontay Wilder? Because in that third fight with Tyson Fury, the way that he got knocked out, like he whiffed on the punch so bad because he was so tired and his technique was off and his balance was off and he got clocked and stopped like that. Can we really blame the nigga for scaring to throw punches now? That's why I think he need to retire, because that is a part of your fucking occupation. That's like trying to become a police officer, right? And you being scared to get shot at or chase niggas down that's running away or getting in high speed chases. Like, no, this shit comes with the title, with the job description, is what I was trying to say. But shout out to you. What up, Mr. T? He said the doctor saved him. Hell yeah, the doctor saved him. Shout out to my brother in real life. The General Big Fish has entered the premises. He said that was sad to see Wilder go out like that. Yeah, man, I agree. But we must be honest about what we saw, Big Fish. It's time for him to hang it up, bro. It is what it is. But I'm going to drop the link if y'all want to come on and rock. Mr. T said, yeah, he did a 180. Yeah, man, I don't get it. Y'all in this bitch rolling. What up, man, Drew? He said Zhang was a monster on Saturday. Yeah, man. He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He was patient. He applied mental and physical pressure on the Deontay Wilder until he folded. And he waited for the right opportunistic time to land that overhand right hook. And then he caught him with another right hook and knocked his ass out. Wilder was out cold. What up to my dog? ASAP, 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 ASAP. Shout out to my dog ASAP, man. Was popping. He said Wilder is done. I agree. I totally agree. Mr. T says Scott is the same guy that said Wilder was 10 times the boxer Ali was. He should never be taken seriously. I totally agree. This is the type of shit that we had to listen to dealing with Deontay Wilder ever since he hired Malik Scott, which is why he's in the position that he's in, because he got a motherfucking line to him and boosting his ego when he needs somebody telling him the truth. Like, no, you would never be a Muhammad Ali. You would never be a Evander Holyfield. You would never be a Lennox Lewis. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't even a Hassan Rahman. Like, you ain't none of these dudes, man. You ain't no motherfucking Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson. You ain't none of these dudes, bro. You ain't none of these dudes. Like, but hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. He said he doing that Ethiopian dance. Yeah, man, I don't get it. The general said this was an excellent cash out. Yep, that's what it looks like. Does anybody know how much he made? Because I didn't even look up the purses, bro. But yeah, that was definitely a cash out performance. I just think the man has lost his way. He don't really have the heart. His heart ain't in it, man. And whenever your heart ain't into something, whenever you fall out of love and then have to try to convince yourself that you back in love with something, it's just best you just let it go. Just let it go, man. He said he panics when he gets pressured, PTSD from the Fury fights. That's when the holding and hammer fist start. Yep, hammer fist. You're absolutely correct. Let me like that comment. Shout out to the ladies of the Wolf chat. Miss LaJessica, she said, salute E3 in the chat. How are you, kind ma'am? I hope you had a phenomenal Monday. I appreciate you for stopping by. He also said he's not committing to those shots fully. He's worried about what's going to come back at him. Facts. Big facts. Boy, you talking that shit. Yeah, man. What up? One I Els, no, one O'Neill 1570. My apologies for butchering your name. He said, big facts. I appreciate it, my brother. And if you're new to the channel, man, because I ain't never seen you in my chat, fam, hit a brother with that like button and subscribe. Mr. T said he needed to build up his legs. Yeah, man. But I think he's a lost cause, bro. I think he's a lost cause. It is what it is. Y'all heard Malik Scott said this was one of, if not his best training camps he's had with Deontay. And the man still went out there and looked worse than he's ever looked. I just think he ain't got it no more, man. Or maybe he never had it. Maybe he's never been shit. Maybe he was just handpicked. Maybe the PBC was just handpicking the right opponents for him to go out there and knock these motherfuckers out left and right. I'm starting to believe it. That's just my opinion of the situation. The more and more I look at it. Let me see. Shout out to this guy. His name is the Ferocious. He said, salute, what's popping? He also said subscribe after the Ryan Garcia PED scandal a couple of weeks back. Hey, man, I appreciate your love and support, fam. Welcome to the Wolfpack. I appreciate you. Said, keep up the good work, folk. I appreciate it. David Houston, man, he said, YouTube go. Hey, man, I appreciate the love and support, man. You know, that goes a long way because I got a lot of haters. You know, I got a lot of motherfuckers, you know, they be biting my shit. They don't want to give a nigga credit what credit is due. But, you know, I don't really go live like I used to. So whenever I pop out, you know, I pop out. I get in and out. But I appreciate these type of comments, man. They go a long way. And they make you, boy, you know what I'm saying, feel appreciated, man. Shout out to my big brother, Eddie Atlas, a.k.a. Mosquito Spray. He said, salute to E3 and the Woodpack. These Malik Scott quotes never age well. Laughing emojis. I totally agree. And I would love to know your analysis on this fight, Con, sir. So if you're still in the chat, matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop this link. Because I want to hear what y'all got to say about Deontay Wilder. Do y'all feel like the man should retire? Because I think he's done. Hold on, y'all. All right, man, the link in the chat. If anybody want to come on and give their take or their analysis on what took place this past Saturday and what Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott should do moving forward, feel free. I ain't going to be on here all night. I'm going to try to give y'all at least 2 hours of my time before my sons get home, because once Bubba and Quattro Man get home, all bets are off. I got to get out. You feel what I'm saying? But let me see. He said, about to go to my main channel real quick. Be right back. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Shout out to Mark Nash again. Let me see. David said, got you right in the cash out, my boy. Keep up the good content. I appreciate it, my brother. Mark Nash TV said at the end that those were Zhang's right hand. They got routed out. Yep, I totally agree. Totally agree. Deontay T'Challa Wilder is now resting peacefully with all the other Wakandians before him. Yeah, man, it is what it is, bro. Hate to see the man go out the way that he went out. But hey, man, this is what happened when you play with the sport of boxing. When you're not dedicated, when you're not really learning the core fundamentals, when you're surrounding yourself with yes men and leeches in your ear telling you everything that you want to hear instead of what you need to hear, these are the results that you get, bro. Lackluster performances. What up to Mr. Bruce Gas, Boxing and Jazz and more? He said, yo, my brother, I said the podcast. How are you, kind sir? I appreciate you for stopping by. Already, man. Who haven't I got? He said, is this worse than Rolly? Yeah, I think this is worse than Rolly, bro. I definitely think it is worse than Rolly. Yeah, I think so. Mr. Golden said, all right, this is enough of you beating on my boy down. LOL. Hey, man, you need to click on that link because I haven't heard from you ever since your boy got his ass kicked. And I tried to tell you, but you hard-headed, bro. You get caught up in the hype and, you know, him being from Alabama and the right hand and everything that Malik Scott be saying and everything that Pastor Wilder be saying. And I get it, but I tried to tell you, and Eddie Atlas as well. And shout out to my nigga D Young whenever he was on the panel. We tried to tell you that the man had absolutely no chance of winning, bro. But you didn't want to listen. Mark Nash said Malik can talk a good fight. I give him that. Facts. I totally agree. He said this nigga sounds like Dr. Umar. Yep, I agree. I totally agree. He's phenomenal. Like, I can listen to him talk about the sport of boxing. I just don't want to hear him talk about Wilder because I know he's full of shit. I know he lying to everybody. He's not telling the truth. He said, but Zhang has fundamentals, something Wilder never had. Facts. I totally agree, my brother. Yeah, man, Mr. Golden got to start being honest with Deontay Wilder. Mark Nash, I totally agree. He has to be honest, man, but he don't want to do it. He don't want to do it. He said, Facts C3, I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that nigga got an OnlyFans channel, man. Like, it is what it is, bro. Malik Scott, I'm done with him, bro. I'm done with him being Deontay Wilder trainer. I don't ever want to see that combination ever again because I've seen enough. I've seen enough. And this man has looked worse every fucking fight. Every single fight, he's turned this man into twinkle toes, bouncing around the ring, circling around the ring all fucking fight. And I'm like, at what point do you say, but damn, sit down on your shots? All right, man, going out to Mosquito Spray, a.k.a. Eddie Atlas. You're live on the chat with the Woodpack. Talk to me, bro. What's popping? Ah, shit, he dropped off. Come back, Mosquito Spray, because I got to get your motherfucking breakdown, bro. Hey, man, before you come on the panel, let me go over the rules. My bad, I forgot. Make sure y'all cut y'all cameras on so I can authenticate who you are. And then after you get done, cut your camera off, man. I appreciate it. Rule number 2, mute your audio until I introduce you to the rest of the panel. Rule number 3, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to speak before we get to open panel. Rule number 4, please don't dominate the show. Rule number 5, no free promotion. That goes without being said. Rule number 6, leave your feelings at the fucking house. So if you a sensitive ass nigga, please don't click on my link. Please just stay where you at because we like to have fun and we like to have the good time on my channel. So if you sensitive, if you can't take a joke or you can't take the nigga cussing you out, y'all going back and forth, please don't join the Woodpack. Pretty please. All right, man, going out to Eddie Atlas, a.k.a. Mosquito Spray. You're live on the chat with the Pat. Talk to me, big bro. What's popping?
What's up, B3? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, my brother. I see you, Voracious.
Yeah.
Cut your cam off, man. Appreciate it. I see you, Goldie. Cut your cam off. Go ahead, Eddie Atlas. Go ahead and give me your take, man, on the fight.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it was what I expected. You know what I'm saying? Wilder just, like Kenneth Powers, man, he done lost his fastball. You know what I'm saying? And without it, he pretty much like he just a punch. You know what I mean? He's a punching bag, pretty much, man. He never been defensively sound. You know, he's fundamentally flawed, but he had that magic eraser. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Clean, he was able to start boys with one shot. And I mean, he's just tentative now since the Fury fights. Really, man, I mean, yeah, I feel like you can fault Malik Scott for not correcting the mistakes, whatever. But I mean, the problem is, I think it's under the lights. I mean, you see what he does. I mean, you're not saying he's always gonna be flawed, but he does way better in the gym. You know what I'm saying? These little highlights they put out when they hit in the mitts, and you know, he's sending guys to the hospital for sparring sessions, and you know how this kind of stuff. But once some lights come on, I think he's just gunshot now, man. Like he's freezing up, and he just ain't the same, man. He's not the same fighter. He's not aggressive no more. I mean, he used to, you know, get in the wide stance, plant his feet and sit down on everything. Now he just, I mean, he even his jab, he thought it was just a pawn jab. He was stepping away with it. He basically was like he was in survival mode from the very beginning. You know, hopefully I can land this one shot. I mean, and the thing is, man, he still throw it hard, but shit, you can see the bitch coming from a mile away. So these guys either able to get out the way of it or brace for impact. You know what I'm saying? They rolling the shit. He ain't letting nothing flush, man, because you see everything. That's all he come with. You know, he taking that big hop step forward, throwing that jab out there, and then throwing that overhand right behind it, just like he did in the Fury fight when he got hit. It's the same shit, man. It just don't work no more, man. I mean, and he ain't got no punch resistance. He ain't got no variety of shots. I mean, I hate to say it, man. He just ain't. And because I mean, think about this. With Malik Scott, so you could, like I said, you could blame him for not correcting the shit. But I mean, Sergio Ramirez ain't regressed. You know what I'm saying? This cat still look good. You know what I'm saying? He's actually improved with Malik Scott. Wilder is I think he just can't execute no more, man. He just don't have it. He don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I said after the Parker fight, he should step down because I knew what was going to happen with Zhang, man. And thankfully he got up. You know what I'm saying? But it was brutal. And anybody that think Wilder should fight on, man, it's sadistic at this point.
They don't have his best in the hand, bro. I don't want to hear anybody saying that he needs to continue to fight, bro. For what? For what?
I don't want to see the man. He's gonna definitely get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. That one shot, that last shot when he had his back turned, man, that one shot cut him under his eye and blooded both nostrils. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was wide open. He couldn't even. It was over with. That was reminiscent of that Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz shot. It basically knocked him silly, man. He didn't realize where it was at. And I don't want to see that happen to him again, man. I don't. I've gone for Wilder every time he fights. I just don't have confidence in him no more. I'm saying it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. He can't even knock guys out no more, man. I mean, he just telegraphed everything, man. You know what's coming.
Is his power still there? Is his power? Because it don't look like he got it. First of all, it don't even look like he's turning on his shot. Like you said, he ain't sitting down on his punches, so it look like he don't even have the power no more, bro.
Yeah, he like he's moving away. Like he's trying to. He's not transitioning smooth from offense to defense. He's he's just being so overly. He's worse. Like he worse than Joshua was after Ruiz stopped him. He's more tender. He's like 10 times more tender than that. He needs to stop fighting, man. Like seriously, he's not. It's not gonna go well. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth, man. It's the truth. Parker didn't have no power. Like Zhang, he's like a fucking truck. You know what I'm saying? And he timed him. He timed him with a right hook. As soon as Wilder threw that right hand, Zhang leaned his head over, got out the way of it, and caught him with that right hook, and hurt him that bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I mean, think about it. Think if he fight the Joshua we see now, or have a fourth fight with Fury, man, I don't want to see that shit.
He gets stopped. And you know how I feel about Anthony Joshua, but at this stage of his career against Deontay Wilder gets stopped, bro, brutally.
Yeah, he just needed. But I ain't gonna hog the airway. I let the next man go. But that's what I feel, man.
Okay, then I appreciate you, Eddie Atlas, man. I appreciate that. All right, man. Going out to Voracious. You're live on the chat with the Pat. Talk to me, bro. What's popping?
What's happening?
Hey, man. I appreciate you for joining the panel, man, and joining my channel, man. Go ahead and cook, man. Floor is yours.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna make this quick because I'm kind of out here in the store right now. Kind of wanted to go last because I'm kind of busy. Like try to buy something real quick, but
okay, then. All right, I can go to Goldie and then I'll come back to you. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll put you back on mute. All right, bet. All right, man. Going out to Goldie Low. You're live on the chat with the Pack. Talk to me, big bro. What's popping?
Man, the hell with you and mosquito spray.
I've been waiting on this. Go ahead, man. Floor is yours. I'm gonna mute my mic.
No,
I mean, do I even need to play the clip of me trying to tell you?
Hell, you ain't get the play. Look, for the last 2 weeks,
this past weekend was going to happen. Do I even need to paint these pictures so vividly with my words?
For the last 2 weeks, you've been sending me. For the last 2 weeks, you've been sending me stuff. You talk all this all the time. You know, I'm a Wilder fan, but I ain't no dummy though. You feel what I'm saying? And Wilder don't have it no more. I'm gonna keep it real. Boy don't have it no more, man. He's done. He's gun shy. He won't let his hands go. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know what the fuck Malik Scott got him doing. All that shit. Look at him, was Zane. That nigga, he thought he had that mop stick. He thought that mop stick when he turned his ass around.
Oh, that's what you called it, a mop stick. Okay, all right. I appreciate the education. I didn't know what the fuck it was. That shit just looked goofy, man. But go ahead, my bad.
Look, I can tell you that when he did that, he reminded me of two fighters. One was Jab Zuda, when Kazuzuki hit his ass, and the other one was what the boy name was, Charles Martin. When his ass got clipped by routine, that nigga trying to talk to the people.
Look at this shit, bro. And then what's with the spin move, bro? The Barry Sanders, spin move. Like, what the fuck is going on with you? Look at this. Look at this dude.
I don't want to see that shit, man.
Look at this. But go ahead.
I don't want to see that shit, man. Man, look, man. My boy just need to go ahead on retire. You know, I take my hat off to him. You know, he had accomplished a lot. You know, from where he came from. Yeah, I gave him that. You know, coming off a bill truck, working 2 jobs and shit. He got in the box to take care of his sick child. I take my hat off to him. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, shit. And I'm going to keep it real. Nah, he ain't got all the fundamental skills or none of that. But he brought excitement to the game, though.
No, he don't have any.
He don't. But he
Have
fought.
any. Don't say he don't have all, because that implies he has some. No, he don't have any of the fundamental core skills of boxing. But go ahead.
Right. He don't have any. I mean, but the little skill he do got, he brought excitement right to the heavyweight division. And nobody can take that away from him. When he was fighting, a bunch of Joker hate on him, but Joker, we looked at that shit to see what round he gonna knock a nigga ass out. And how brutal it's gonna be. You feel what I'm saying? But
do you think people were hating on Deontay Wilder, or were they just being honest about Deontay Wilder? Because as I'm reflecting on his career, Mr. Golden, I'm starting to think that most of those fights where he was knocking these dudes out were cherry picks.
No, they weren't cherry pick. I wouldn't call them cherry pick. I mean,
the only one I can point to prior to Fury that wasn't a cherry pick was Luis Ortiz.
Well, look, none of the big fighters, to me, y'all might eat me up on them, but to me, the top guys ain't wanting to fight Wilder because they didn't want to take the chance of getting knocked out at that time. Because Wilder was a threat.
I see you, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm looking at the situation as far as when them boys had them belts, they don't fight Wilder for them titles. You know, I was telling somebody earlier, man, look, Anthony Johnson jumped out the WBC. Cause he was Wilder mandatory. He jumped out the WBC to go. He did the same. Go fight for the IBF, the vacant IBF title. Got Klitschko out of retirement for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Got that going. Charles Martin went across the water, sold his belt. Joseph Parker had his belt. He could have fought Wilder for unification. He didn't fight him. You feel what I'm saying? And he fought, like you said, Luis Ortiz. At the time, nobody wanted to fight that man. None of the big boys wanted to fight Luis Ortiz at that time. Wilder took on a challenge. You feel me? After he got his ass beat by when him and Fury got that damn that draw, he could have said, "Fuck it, I ain't gonna make a fight that motherfucker no goddamn more." But he had heart to go back and try to redeem himself. Not only once but twice. He got beat.
I'm listening to go. I'm letting you cook, man. Go ahead and get it off the chest, man.
I'm just discombobulated right now. You know, I mean, you know, I had to listen to all that shit. I know you're gonna call my name in your goddamn cooking section. I'll just wait for you to call my damn name. I'll start to tell you to see my motherfucking cash out bank.
I mean, but we was trying to tell you, Goldie, that he had zero chance of winning, bro. Like, I just think it's wanted him to win. I just don't see it, bro. I didn't see it.
I looked at that Zhang. Like I said, Zhang ain't no slouch. Zhang's a big old motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? He's a big motherfucker, man. And you can't go in that bullshit. You coming at motherfucker 214 pounds, not 212 E3 or 214. Give us our 2 pounds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him my 2 pounds. But he should have came in a little heavier. I mean, you know, and then he had to hit. When Zane hit that, he hit in his chest like he like that. Hey, get your ass out of the way.
I don't even think the weight would have mattered. Did you see it? He can't avoid punches. He got tired coming in lighter, so him coming in heavier, it would have been worse. You've seen the person of Wilder, Goldie. You got to stop.
I was looking at the way Zane was dangling on that nigga up against the ropes and shit, man. It's like Wilder just like
he kept going back to the ropes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And he wasn't even throwing a jab. He pouring with the jab, and you leaning down. What the fuck you doing, man?
He didn't want to get hit. Yes, sir. What up, Eddie Atlas? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Golden, interrupting, man. I gotta say something before you go to the next person. Though it is one thing I do disagree with you. I don't know, because if we're gonna, so you say you don't consider Wilder to be a Hall of Famer. So do you?
No, I don't.
Consider How about Golovkin? You consider him to be one of Triple G?
Ooh.
Because
you know what?
Look at it. Yes.
I'm gonna answer that yes, Mosquito, but only because I feel like Triple G really beat Canelo in their first fight. He got robbed. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, Wilder got robbed in that first fight.
If we're looking at it from a big picture standpoint, you know, Golovkin, you know, his resume, the guys he beat during his 20 defense title reign, I mean, they regardless of how the names he beat, which were not many, were not of note. You know, it's hard to beat 20 guys in a row. Hard to have 20 defenses in a row in the middleweight division. But Lord Hopkins, the only other man to do it. Now in the heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Look at the guys he beat. You know what I'm saying? During his 10 defense title reign. That's hard. Regardless of them, you know, which ain't many, it's hard to do in the heavyweight division. You look at Triple G. I understand how you feel about Canelo fights, but against the Hall of Famer he faced, he went 0-2-1. Deontay Wilder against the Hall of Famer he faced, I believe, Tyson Fury, he went 0-2-1. So it's 20 defenses in middleweight, 10 defenses in heavyweight, both hard to do. Both went 0-2-1 against the Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty. If Wilder belong in, Triple G belong in, I believe Wilder belongs in. Who just because it's accomplishment based? Do I think he's as talented as other guys that would be, in there with him? Hell no. But I mean, that's what he accomplished. What he accomplished. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got on it though.
So so let me ask you a question, Mosquito. So at what fight did it start where the 10 title defenses? Who did he fight to jump that off? Because I got his box.
His first defense, it was after because he won it from Stavern. So whoever he fought right after that was
okay. So it started with Stavern and so Molina. Okay, I got you. I'm looking at these dudes. Okay.
Yeah, there ain't much in there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to write home about.
These names are very. I don't know.
Right, but then again, like I said, Triple G. You look at. I'll tell you who won his title defenses was. If you remember in the early 2000s when Winker Wright was a champ at 54, you had another guy who had an IBF belt, Kasim Umar. He was a hell of a fighter, man, but he was a champion at 54. By the time Triple G fought him, he was at 160, and this cat was probably 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? And shot worn by then. So Triple G's, Daniel Gill and the middleweight division, Willie Monroe. And that probably is the toughest opponent till he fought Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, man. I know you know way more about the sport of boxing than I would ever know. But I'm just looking at this resume, Mosquito, and I'm like,
yeah, it's weak. It's not strong at all.
But we got to bring some kind of content because we know the which is why Deontay Wilder was so huge. And he did bring excitement to the heavyweight division. I totally agree with that point that Mr. Golden said. I agree, which turned me into a fan. But when we look at his resume, like even though he was defending him, the title is like, bro, who are you beating?
Now, two wins I do give him full credit for is Luis Ortiz. Yes. I give him credit for those. And he stopped him. And he stopped them both times. So I give him credit for those victories. So, Dominic Brazil is he was undefeated at the time. He's not. He's not too tough.
He get credit for Dominic Brazil. He get credit for Brazil because Brazil was talking that shit.
Dominic Brazil.
He get credit for Dominic Brazil because
I disagree with that one.
I don't know, man.
Y'all gonna put some respect on my boy name.
Hey, man, let me go to Brim. You're live on the chat with the pack. Talk to me, bro. What's poppin'?
Good evening to all. I would first like to say the name of this story is Straight Right, Deontay Wilder story, the overachiever. The story of a C+ fighter with the story of a C+ fighter with one-dimensional skills who overachieved and became a champion, and with 10 weak but 10 title defenses at heavyweight, who will go down as a Hall of Famer, but in the generation that he fought, will be considered the 7th best heavyweight in the generation that he fought. The Deontay Wilder story. Straight right.
Okay, then.
Straight right. Crazy.
Now let me ask you this: Did you write that shit down, Brendan?
What happened was I said that earlier on somebody else's channel, and I memorized it, and then I just freestyled a little bit in with what I already had in my head. So it was the Deontay Wilder story. Straight right.
Oh man, now I know if there was anybody in the world that was excited about what transpired this past Saturday, it was the
Excited. I actually spoke like this, E3. This is how I thought of. I would
Listen.
love to see if Deontay Wilder was able to win and do something because it might have motivated the masses and it might have been good for the heavyweight division. But we knew going into this fight that he was going to get sparked out. You know, it's not that he's old. It's not that he fired Mark Breland and he hired Malik Scott to do the dirty dancing. No, it's none of that. It's just simply pound for pound, skill for skill. Deontay Wilder is who he is. He accomplished what he accomplished, and what he did was a tremendous feat considering the skill set.
My bad, bro.
It's all good. But the truth of the matter is, anytime he fought somebody that was on the upper echelon, he would lose. Why? Because he's a C-class fighter. And, there you have it. Salute to him. Congratulations on a good career. I hope you have maintained your health. I don't think you should continue to fight, but that's your decision as a fighter. Yeah, and I ain't gonna even dog him out like that, but it is what it is. He was what he was.
Okay, then, Brim. You got anything else to say before I go to Voracious?
I'll go ahead and slide it down faster to the next man.
All right, Voracious, are you ready to speak, kind sir?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
I go ahead and cook, bro.
All right. First of all, salute to everyone on the panel. Salute to the host. All right, let's dive into Deontay Wilder. So, how I view Deontay Wilder, he's just, to me, and this may be controversial to some, but to me, he's just another Mike Tyson with less skills and less fundamentals. Well, zero fundamentals, to be honest. So, the whole career of Deontay Wilder, most of his wins were off of bums. We're just gonna be honest. It was off of bums. People who had losing records, people who didn't have any name for him to build up his bronze bomber moniker. Now, I'm not going to disrespect the man. I'm only going to be honest. Deontay Wilder brought a lot of entertainment back to a dead heavyweight division that nobody was taking into. Even though they had, the white boys, Klitschko's, and all them and everything, they were entertaining. They had no viewpoint on the sport. So Deontay brought back the entertainment sport. And, having knockouts and everything similar to Mike Tyson, it's very entertaining. People tune in to see people get KO'd. Whenever he stepped up in competition, though, similar to Tyson Fury, now Zhang, and even who he faced, Joseph Parker, right? Whenever he stepped up in competition, he got exposed, and that's part of his own arrogance. I recently watched an old video of Deontay Wilder back when he was in his prime. I want to say when he was like 30 wins to his career, 30-0, and he said specifically that he has no reason to train. He's blessed with God-given ability, God-given talent with that right hand, that overpowered right hand. So what's the point of even training? See, it's one thing to say that when you already been training and you already know some type of fundamentals. But when you just start in boxing late, in your 20s, starting late, and you have no fundamentals, no basis to go on, but just your power, eventually you're going to get figured out by higher level competition, by the ones who's been training since they were younger, since they were kids. So part of his own demise is his own arrogance, and of course his idolaters that follow him that encouraged him to be the person who he became to this day. So, but besides that, he was great for the sport. I'll say he was just, like how the other brother said, a C-plus fighter who had great entertainment spots, but he wasn't like that, and he got figured out. He brought in good entertainment. Like I said, I view him as another Mike Tyson because similar to Mike Tyson, he was very entertaining, high knockout percentage. Everybody tuned in to see him. But as soon as he stepped up in competition, what happened? He got his ass taxed, unfortunately. So, and to go to the point of, do I see him being in the Hall of Fame? I wouldn't mind him being in the Hall of Fame. If Mike Tyson's in the Hall of Fame, I feel like Wilder should be in the Hall of Fame. just off of the boxing technical premises. Because I like watching boxing, for the authenticity of the sport. How good you are, not just how many views you can generate, not just how your persona, is your skills, your your ring IQ, all that kind of stuff. But he was great for the sport. He just he wasn't like that. He eventually got figured out, and the reason why he keep on losing is because he keep on trying to conjure up a dead spirit, similar to the Hulk and Infinity War and Endgame. Listen,
Excellent
Once the
analogy.
Hulk got his ass beat by Thanos,
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't conjure him up back, and we seen him trying to conjure him back up, and that nigga said,
Yep.
"No, I'm not ready
Yep.
for the smoke again."
He
It's
was
the
never
same
the
thing with
same.
the
You're
Bronze
right.
Bomber. Ever since
Yep.
Deontay Wilder, released them tears after knocking out his friend, and he was like, "Man, you see, this what the sport do to us." Come on, man.
Mhm.
You supposed to be the Bronze Bomber. You supposed to be the killer. You supposed to be the brother that we root behind. We can't root behind a sympathetic ass nigga who came out in his career talking about, I want to catch a body.
Yep.
So it's like, he can't conjure up his Hulk. He can't conjure up his Bronze Bomber no more. So I believe he should retire. He had a good career. And, that's that. Those are my thoughts on it.
Appreciate it, boy. You was cooking like a motherfucker. Great points. Great analogy as well. All right, man. Let me go out to the General Big Fish. You live on the chat with the Pat. Talk to me, bro. What's popping?
Hey, Thriller, what's going on, boss?
What's good, my brother? How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic, man. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and it finally came. We
Go ahead and
got
pop
a
the shit.
we got a retirement party for one of the most overrated fighters in the history of boxing.
Hell with you, big fish.
Hey, E3, excuse me, sir. E3, you remember that video we was talking about the other day, boy? That was a shocker, boy, to watch stuff in slow motion and see a good documentary and see how Mike Tyson, like the gentleman before me just spoke about how Mike Tyson was fucking fabricated and put together. Boy, I'm so hurt by seeing that. Like, I love Mike Tyson is possibly my favorite fighter ever. I still love Mike Tyson to this day, but I just got to be honest. Mike Tyson's resume coming up, it was trash, and everybody that was good that he fought, he got his ass kicked. That's just 100.
Yep.
Even though he's my favorite fighter. So with that being said, fast forward to right now, Deontay Wilder, bro. I just scanned that resume heavily, bro. I started out, I couldn't stand them. I was like, man, I like watching fighters with skills. I'm not a knockout artist type of watcher. I don't like that shit. I like Floyd, people like that, Sweet Pea, like, you know what I'm saying, E3. So to see somebody like this dude just a simple 1-2 the whole fucking night, man, not throwing no punches, terrified to get hit, man. I can't stand watching it. But what made me respect Deontay Wilder, though, what made me become a fan of his, E3, when that boy was about to get stopped that night against Ortiz, and so that boy, I don't know, I guess it was that spirit, oh boy, was just talking about again, was holding him up, because it damn sure wasn't them 10-pound legs that he had. So he fought through that shit, man, and came back and stopped that dude. So I had to give him respect for that, and that made me pay attention for the rest of his career up until now. But man, the boy, he is not a Hall of Fame talent. You can go off of the credentials and their, the shiny ornament, him holding on to that WBC belt for that long. But we all know we can't, the people that's against how Earl Spence kept his belt for so long, fighting the type of guys that he fought in-house, you got to show the same fucking criticism when you talk about Deontay Wilder, because that motherfucker was protected from all the cold motherfuckers in that division, which was when he was coming up the weakest division in boxing. Now it's on the come up right now. I can't call it that, bro. But Deontay Wilder is not a Hall of Famer based on skill set. He is a DF skill level with A+ super plus power. So that's what got him to where he's at, bro. But as far as the skills, I couldn't put him in the Hall of Fame ever, bro. Ever.
I agree. That's how I feel about him, bro. Especially after what I just saw take place the other day. All right, man. You got anything else?
This dude, I say this dude doing in sparring, doing spin moves and all of this shit, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck was that, Fish? What is that?
Like,
even with that, he did what he was training. He implemented it.
Bro, what are we
He
doing?
got hit, he turned around and they got knocked out. Like, he did what he was training.
Bro. Go ahead, Fish.
That's
Before I go to bro.
Can I have a 30-second interjection on the Mike Tyson disrespect?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Y'all got to stop with the Mike Tyson disrespect. He beat five of the top 10 in his way to the championship and his championship reign, and he's a 2-time heavyweight. Well, y'all got to stop it. Talking about Mike Tyson was overhyped and all this. Listen, Tyson did lose to some of the greats, but for y'all to say that it's comparable to Deontay Wilder, y'all got to chill with that. Y'all wilding out for no respect. He beat five of the top 10 Mike Tyson beat. So y'all got to stop.
I want to say
mean, but they were out of their
Who
prime.
are those 5 guys, Brimley? Who are those 5 guys?
Hold on before he named
status
them
were
5 guys. Before he named the 5
point
guys.
of their career were they in when Mike Tyson beat them? You talking about with Larry Holmes?
Who was out of his prime.
Michael Spinks.
Go ahead. No. Don't help him out. Go ahead, Brim.
Yeah,
Respond to that.
I say Michael Spinks was like his only respectable win, like during his prime. But that wasn't no big win.
170 pounds when he fought him, bro. I don't count.
Go ahead, Brim. Go ahead and respond to General Big Fish and Voracious. Go ahead.
My response is, I said he beat 5 out of the top 10.
Come on, bro. Nah, Google it or something. We gotta hear this.
5 of the top 10 in the heavyweight division. When he came into becoming a championship and while he was a champion, he beat 5 of the top 10. That's Deontay Wilder didn't face anybody in the top 10 until he fought Stavern in 9 on a rematch, and then Tyson Fury, and he lost. He beat
Luis Ortiz was in the top 10. He was in the top 10.
Okay, Luis. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Mr. Ortiz.
Yeah, and that's more of a respectable win than Michael Spinks.
You got to be. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? A guy who never won a championship every single step of a fight. But Michael Spinks beat Michael Spinks beat a prime. Michael Spinks beat a prime. Michael Spinks beat a prime Holmes. Stop it.
Larry Holmes died his prime, man. You capping,
man. He beat a prime Holmes. Stop it, fam. He beat a prime Holmes. You talking about a person that was a champion?
That's cap, man.
That's not no prime Larry Holmes.
Oh, stop it!
That's cap, man. Listen, I understand that we like Mike Tyson, but we have to be honest, man.
No, I'm gonna be honest that he compared to some of the other greats of his era, he's a step below. But to put him on the same plane as Wilder is outrageous. Don't even do it. Stop it while you're behind.
Nah, he's better than Wilder, that's for sure. But I'm just saying that it was fabricated.
Yeah, he'll knock Wilder the fuck out, Brim. I don't think
they. Can I say something? Can I say something in the picture of my boy Wilder? I was trying to say something for the longest, but y'all won't let me say a goddamn.
Put your cam on. Go ahead, Goldie. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Joe Cool. We've been waiting.
All y'all talking all this shit about Wilder, he step up. Wilder ain't got to the point where he's after that Fury fight. Before that Fury fight, he beat everybody's ass.
Because the level of competition.
Hold on, Brimley.
We can't keep doing
Let him talk, man. Let him talk.
Let me say what I got to say. I listen to you. Let me say what I got to say. Okay. Joseph Parker beat him now. Why Joseph Parker had 40 when Joseph Parker had that belt? He ran for Wilder then. He would have beat Joseph Parker ass then.
Cap.
Okay. Oh, ain't no cap. He the fuck Joseph Parker ass up right there. Cap hell.
He lost his
bro. Even Joshua wouldn't fight him. Then.
Will you stop, man, with this Joshua?
Stop it,
Just stop. He already admitted
why in the hell?
A lot more money.
Hold on, bro. Why the hell Johnson left the WBC ranking? Why he left the WBC ranking and go fight Klitschko out of retirement for the IBF belt? That's bullshit. Here's Wilder. Nobody
cared about Wilder. Stop it, fam. Nobody cared about Wilder until Joshua got picked. Stop it, fam. They wouldn't even, man, stop it, fam. Stop it, fam. Showtime was looking for Joshua, not Wilder. Stop it, fam.
Stop, bro.
Stop it, fam. Stop it, fam.
Joshua right there.
No, keep going. Let him explain, man. Let him get his bars off. Get your bars off, man.
Hold on, bro. Joshua was right there. Contender for the WBC title, the fight Wilder. He hauled ass, the winner got Klitschko ass out of fucking retirement and fought for the IBF. And that's right.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, they both avoided each other, if we're being honest.
Hey, but they talk about, well, Wilder was on top of his game.
Wilder wanted to be the A side. Wilder wanted to be the A side as the B side. Yeah.
He A side, B side? Bullshit.
Joshua
over
was
the
the
man had
money man, bro. He would have been.
at that time. Joshua wasn't the money maker at the time when he was at WBC.
He was the
All
money man.
ass.
Period. Man, listen, bro. Charles Martin got $5 million to fight him, bro. He was the money
They
guy.
paid it, Joshua. To get Joshua Williams that he paid. The first competition he got with nigga, he folded out like a rabbit. Whereas a guy that Hershey Kisser eating motherfucker knock his ass out.
You see, me personally, I believe Wilder probably would have beat Joshua like the Joshua before he fought Andy Ruiz because that Joshua was very overconfident. So I feel like he would have got his ass knocked out by Wilder. But after the Andy Ruiz fight, come on, man, no.
Ruiz
And
was a
after that fight,
replacement.
that's when they
Ruiz was
came
a
back
better
into
winner than Wilder
renegotiations.
wearing
And
on his
Wilder turned
resume.
him down to fight Fury the second time. He didn't have to fight Fury that second time. He could have fought Joshua. He chose to fight Fury. So they both avoided each other for obvious
Even
reasons.
after Andy Ruiz fight, that man had. Right, listen. Look how that man act when he lost to Usyk. That nigga lost his goddamn rabbit ass mind.
Hey, Goldie, let me do this, bro, because Joe Cool been waiting for a minute. Go ahead, Joe Cool, and cook, bro.
Oh, I ain't got much to say, man. How y'all doing? I just want to say, the Fury fight took something out of him, and he was never the same after he fought Fury. So, by him firing Mark Breland, he should have kept Mark Breland. He should have learned how to box. He never learned how to box. So, he basically signed a yes man with the trainer that he has now, and we saw the result. It's time to retire and move on. That's all I got.
Already, the panel back open, y'all. Y'all go ahead and cook.
Hey, I want to say this real quick. Everybody talking about all this. Fury took all this out of him. The same mistakes he made in the Zhang fight was the same mistakes he made in the Ortiz fight. Ortiz caught him the same exact way with the right over the top. But the difference is Ortiz wasn't disciplined enough, and he got caught later on in the fight. When you fight somebody that's on a higher echelon, they'll make you pay for it and finish the job. That's the difference.
And that's
Brim, I gotta tell you, you next. I cannot wait till this big stiff muscle bound bum that you fucking praise all the fucking time.
Who's a stiff muscle bound bum? Who's a stiff muscle bound bum? Who's a stiff muscle bound bum? Who's
I think you're talking about AJ Brimley. You talking about your guy AJ Brimley?
The one that came yeah, I know Usyk is a much better fighter than AJ. We know that, and the jury is out if Tyson Fury is better than AJ. So I mean that goes without being said.
I mean, we don't know that.
That's go touch.
I said we don't know when it comes to Fury. We know when it comes to Usyk. Usyk is the heavyweight of the heavyweight.
I take the boy over.
Well, listen, they talking about fighting, so we're gonna get a chance to find out. Hey, listen, I called the fight. I said the boy was gonna beat Herkovich because I felt like he got metal on him. He's been tested. He's gained some things. That again, the key component about fighters in the ring becoming better sometimes is about being tested, having metal, and that's why I feel the way I feel about when it comes to Benavidez and Canelo, and that's why I look at Canelo strange. Like, why are you ducking this guy? This guy's never been in the fire. But it is what it is.
Stay on topic with Joshua because he's manufactured as well. He went the Lomachenko route. He got propped up and got to fight an old ass fucking Klitschko. He got his ass fucking dropped and barely fucking won. And you think this motherfucker's supposed to be somebody that's considered a highly skilled fighter, bro?
I mean, he was manufactured until he got exposed by Andy Ruiz. After that, that's when he started to take a real
do we say
route.
he got exposed or he just got beat by a person who happened to have some skill? And Joshua was not a perfect fighter. I mean,
but that's what part of being exposed is. He got exposed for his lack of skill, and then he went to go work on his skill, and then he got better. He's not better than Usyk, obviously, but he got better. If he did get better, then why is he winning currently?
Oh yeah, he definitely have gotten better. I mean, there's still things to be seen because there's other top heavyweights that's starting to show up and show out, and there's fights for him to have. That's why if this divorce fight get made, that's going to be a good fight to watch. I look forward to seeing it. I mean, I do have AJ beating him, but I don't, I can't count him out. Triple D is showing me something, and that's why again I picked him to win this weekend, and he did what he needed to do. But I think he'll take him. Still keeps his head on the straight line too much, and I think AJ will punish him because the same shots that Hergovic landed, if AJ lands them, I think he knocks him out. But we'll get a chance to find out. It looks like.
Yeah, that's definitely a test for both fighters. So yeah, we'll definitely see what both fighters are made of. But I mean, AJ's not no Wilder. That boy Wilder done, man. Funeral service, man. He's over with. Wakanda is dead, man. To this day.
Ryder could have got beat in the second round, man. When he got caught with that hook, he could have got beat then. He just ain't run over there and hit him again.
What the fuck do that mean? Wakanda is dead. What the fuck is that?
I'm just saying because, like I said, a part of his downfall was because of his idolaters, as I call it. But his man fans, the people who were same people who was with Earl Spence, same people who was with Tank, same people who was with all these fighters who they become man fans over than just being fans of the sport of boxing.
So
Yeah,
you
he
ain't
told he told
you don't
people
have a
to.
favorite. So you don't have a favorite fighter. Is that what you telling me?
I mean, I have fighters that I view more than often, but no, I don't have a favorite fighter. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I'll go just straight off of boxing politics, off of the boxing criteria of what I have. So no, I'm not no man fan of anybody. I ain't no fan of any man.
So you will watch me and Brimley fight tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll watch. That's supposed to be
We're
what
we
like
gonna fight who get to the
what?
What I'm
milkshake
saying,
faster.
what I'm saying is, you will watch anybody, any caliber of fighter. You just go support that because you just love the sport.
I
It
mean,
ain't no
I'm not gonna support
you
any
don't
fight.
associate.
I'm going to support the fights that I want to watch. I'm not no blind supporter of the sport. I just respect the sport. I don't respect an individual over the sport. I just feel like that's crazy. That's like me putting because I say my favorite fighter right now is Bud Crawford. That's like me
So
putting
so
my that's like me putting my personal likeness of Bud Crawford over anything over the sport of boxing. So say if
so
Bud was to cheat. I mean it's the same thing with Ryan Garcia. Like people put Ryan Garcia over the sport of boxing. That nigga cheated. That's
okay.
crazy.
So let me ask you this: Are you a football, basketball, baseball? Do you follow any other sports? You a fan of any other sport?
I used to, not really anymore. I only follow
But
boxing and UFC, to be honest.
but you know people that are fans of basketball, football, and have favorite football teams, right?
Yeah,
So
fact.
so just because you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of a collective of men. What's wrong with supporting your favorite fighter that's from your city or went to the same high school you went to, or you just randomly met him somewhere? What's wrong with being a fan of that person?
Well, I mean, me personally, I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and recently I met up with Tiger Johnson, so I can speak on this from my personal experience. It's not wrong supporting a fighter or a team or a specific person that you like or is fond of or that you want to see succeed. It's an issue when you put that person or that team over the integrity of the sport. It shows what you really in it for. Are you in it to praise this man? Or are you in it because you love this sport? Like I said, it's the same thing with the Brian Garcia fans. These niggas know that he cheated, know that he took pets, and you see they are still putting him over the integrity over the sport. Is that right?
How do you know that though? Without all the facts, you getting second and third and fourth and fifth and tenth hand information. So how can you make that determination so
I
fast
mean, in
that
every
Ryan
comment section
Garcia
I
cheated?
see, whether on Twitter or on YouTube, is niggas saying, "Oh, Haney, just take the loss, just take the L. It don't matter that he cheated. This Ryan Garcia, our savior." I mean, I see it. I see it in every comment section. They
No,
put that
you
fighter over
misunderstood.
the
No, no,
sport.
no. You
Uh,
misunderstood the question.
can I
How
answer
do
that
you?
question for you,
How
bro?
no. Come on, bro. You interrupt. Go ahead,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to answer the question because I know the answer. When Ryan Garcia's legal team says, "Yeah, we would like to get a 4 month suspension," they'll let you know where it's at. Because if you get suspended in any capacity, that it just basically means that it's in your system, regardless if it's contamination or if you intentionally took it. You're going to be suspended to some degree, so you're guilty of something, even if no matter how you slice it.
Facts. But that's not how his idolaters are going to look at it. I mean, some people are idolaters, some people are supporters of the sport. I can't speak on everybody. I can only speak on myself. I'm just a supporter of the sport, of any sport that I watch.
How do you feel about Roy Jones fan base since he's a steroid cheater?
I mean, he's one of my favorite fighters ever. So like, he's in my top five. He's a cheater. I can't cap. He's a cheater. He's not over the sport of boxing. He cheated. So that's a stain on his legacy. He
But
can't
you
be
still a
the
fan,
GOAT.
right?
He
You
can't
you
be the
still a fan.
greatest.
But you still a fan. You still a fan, right? You just said that.
I'm a
So why
supporter.
can't
Yes,
Ryan?
definitely.
So yeah, a supporter, whatever you want to call it. So why can't Ryan Garcia fan base still support him, even though he got caught with a small amount of that shit in his system? So do you notice your
I'm not. I'm
hypocrisy,
not
bro?
saying that it's an
See
issue.
my hypocrisy only goes so far because I can do it with the best of them, but I don't cross a certain line. So I'm just not gonna blatantly fucking do something and then criticize the fucking same shit I just did. But that's kind of what you doing right now, boss.
See, you have a point about Roy Jones over the integrity of the sport of boxing. I never said that. Oh, the greatest of all time. I never said that. So it's not hypocrisy. It's
Who
me still
said
staying
Ryan
on
Garcia
that
is the
on that
greatest of
line.
all
Because
time?
like I said,
Who said Ryan? Who
Garcia.
said Ryan? I'm sorry
But
to
see,
cut you off,
here's
but
what I'm saying with
who's
Ryan
saying Ryan
Garcia though. With
Garcia is
Ryan
the
Garcia,
greatest of
because you
all
asked me a question.
time?
No, but Devin Haney's became
His
the villain
idolaters are
because
saying
of
that.
something that Devin Haney didn't even do.
But no,
The
but no.
the only
Let me answer his question though. Let me answer his question because you said since I'm doing this with Roy Jones, what's the issue with people doing Ryan Garcia? Like I said, people with Ryan Garcia. Hold on, real quick. But like I was saying, people who are idolaters of Ryan Garcia, they are putting what his stain is for his boxing record over the integrity of the sport of boxing. I'm not doing that. Just like Floyd. Floyd illegal IVs. And we all fuck with Floyd. I fuck with Floyd heavy. But he had illegal IVs.
How you know
That's a
that?
stain on his
How do you
legacy.
how do you know Floyd had illegal IVs? What paperwork did you see? And why Floyd, as big as he is, and as many people like Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya that hate him, why didn't they push for him to get suspended, fined, or something by the Nevada State Athletic Commission? Please answer me
I
that.
mean, Floyd got pulled. We should all know that. Floyd got pulled. So
There goes what I'm saying. But why? But Oscar De La Hoya does too, and Bob Arum does too. Please answer that question, bro.
I'm pretty sure they did. We go look in the history. I can't go back in that time frame, but I'm pretty sure
I'm gonna go out
people
and just
pushed
say
for it. But I mean, it is what it is.
that's a
Floyd got
rumor.
pulled.
That's a rumor that hasn't been proven, bro. And
facts on
hasn't.
this fish side. That is a rumor that's not been proven. What documentation do we have behind that? But I'm gonna leave that alone.
I mean, it's just stuff that I seen. Like I said, I just seen that he had legal IVs. That's all I see in the report.
That's rumor mill.
Yeah,
So
You gotta say
it's rumored.
you have to say, hey, you gotta say allegedly when you say shit like that, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
Allegedly,
gotta say it.
he had alleged IVs in his system, and he
so who
encouraged Brian to take
who
IVs
think
too.
so who thinks Ryan
Allegedly.
Garcia would lose to Devin Haney if they fought again? I think the same shit would happen 9 out of 10 times.
Can
I
I answer
mean,
that
I mean,
question?
see, with that fight, if Devin Haney just would have boxed Ryan like how I expected him to, he would have won. He fought the wrong game plan. That's why
Which
I
has
think he
nothing
lost
to
that
do
fight.
with the
He fought the
drugs.
wrong game plan in that fight.
Which
So
has nothing to do with the drugs. The jury is out on Devin Haney. See, that one thing I can separate the two. I can look at Ryan Garcia's the case and be like, well, it's not a good look, doggy. I mean, I'm a little desensitized to the pet stuff, but I do feel like, if you can prove any case part of contamination, you get a 6 month suspension. We keep it moving. But the fact of the matter is, Devin Haney got drilled, and he showed toughness, but his ability to recover makes me worry about the young man if he faces anybody like a Matthias in the ring. If he gets drilled again, will this happen again? And what effect does it have on his career as he moves up in weight? Because now the advantages that he have in regards to his size, those go away. And if he doesn't have pop in his fist like that, and he has slow recovery time from high quality shots from high quality opponents, what does that leave you for Devin Haney? That's the question mark. Will happen with his career as he continues.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like I said, I'm not a fan of any man, so I just look at everything objectively. I'm not a fan of Devin Haney. I'm not even a fan of Bud Crawford. He's my favorite fighter. So I'm always going to be honest about anybody because that's just how I move. So it's like Devin Haney fought the wrong game plan. He came in there trying to be aggressive when that's not his fighting style. Regardless that Ryan Garcia took peds, he fought the wrong style because niggas have taken peds in the past and have lost because niggas fought their right fighting style. Devin Haney tried to be something that he's not, and he paid the price for it. But that doesn't excuse that Ryan took PEDs, and that's what I'm
Nah,
saying. With idolaters of Ryan Garcia, they are going to ignore that,
no,
and we
no,
all know in
no.
the integrity
Well,
sport of boxing, taking a performance enhancing drug is frowned upon, regardless. It didn't change the fight. That's facts. Regardless, he took the peds. Can't ignore that if we're just being fans and supporters of the sport. Now, you being a
that can't
man
be
fan, you
true.
can ignore that shit.
Nah,
I'm
you
Now
not
let me
going
can't.
to.
just say this. Let me ask you something. Well, let me clarify something because I just want to get a better understanding of what you're saying, Veracious. I hope I'm saying your name right too, bro. But
Yeah,
whenever
you're
you
saying it
say a,
right. You one of the only ones that say
all
it
right,
right, but go ahead.
I bet. All right, so you just said that you was a Terrence Crawford fan, right?
Yeah. I fuck with Bud heavy. I won't say I'm a fan
Okay.
of him, but he's like,
Hold on, I'm going somewhere
yeah,
with you. So if
you know,
you're a fan of Terrence Crawford, because I am too, then you're a fan of a man. You feel you follow what I'm saying? Like you're supporting this one particular individual. That don't mean
yeah,
that you're biased or that you are over the top fan because I'm not. I can be honest whenever Bud do some shit that I don't like, and you sound like that kind of individual as well. So I think
yeah.
it's kind of you know what I'm saying. Like I think you putting a certain twist on it to where it kind of got like a negative connotation.
Yeah, I already know. Listen, I'm using the word supporter for a reason. I'm using the word
Yeah,
supporter
like
for a
it's cool to support an individual fighter, but if you're not honest whenever they do some shit that you don't like, or then that's being a man fan.
exactly, and that's my whole point.
All right,
Like
I
I said,
got
it's
you.
a difference between a fan and a
But
supporter. I'm a
but this
supporter
the
of these
thing.
individuals, but I'm not a
But
I'm not
this
a fan.
but this the thing, bro. Everybody got the right to choose how they want to support whoever they want. If they want to be a groupie or whatever the fuck you want to call them, let them be that.
Oh
That
yeah,
make it
no,
good
I'm
for
not
them.
judging anybody.
So
Listen,
so
listen, I'm
so
my own man, like how everybody else is their own man. I'm not judging anybody for how they move. That's them. I'm just me. So like how I move, I'm going to move objectively with any human being, whether I support them or not. Because I'm not a fan of any man. I'm a supporter. It's a difference. That's why I'm using them words exactly. I'm not a fan of any man, but I support certain individuals. I support certain teams here and there, but I'm not a fan of anybody. Because if I was a fan, I would ignore their bad doing, and I would just be like, man, it's Bud over everybody. Shit, it's Roy Jones over everybody. Shit, it's Floyd over everybody and everything. TBE. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. That's
Hey,
just
let
how
me
I
do
move.
this real quick, y'all. Let me do this, not to cut you off, bro. Let me go to Terrence Thorne. Hey, Fish. Hey, bro. How much time do you have? Because I got to hop off. If y'all want to keep on cooking, I can let you run the panel, bro. But I got to get off.
shit, go ahead. I got it.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, Q, go ahead and cook, bro. I appreciate y'all for coming on, but I got to get off, fellas. Hey, shout out to John Kramer for that cash out. Go ahead, Fish. Take it over, bro.
Yo, Terrence Thorne, go ahead, boss.
Oh man, what's up with it, man? I'm listening to y'all. Y'all bringing up some good topics, some good points, especially with the Mike Tyson, his resume, right? But hey, man, Ryan Garcia, Devin ain't get his ass whooped because the man took pads, man. The man got his ass whooped because he fought the wrong game plan and he couldn't stay out the way of that left hook, period. I done seen people take pads and still lost. Hell, Frank Martin just beat Michelle Rivera. He popped dirty, so I don't want to hear that. He got his ass whooped, period, point blank, man. Wilder, he had Wilder had a decent career for as where he come from or whatever, man. I think he should retire. I think it's it for him, you know. And I disagree with y'all talking about the man ain't got no skills, you know what I'm saying? Because to knock somebody out, that's skill. It takes skill to knock somebody out. Everybody just can't knock somebody out. You got to set that knockout up. That's skill. That's all I got to say.
My response to that is hard work beats natural skill every time.
Sometimes Allen Iverson didn't practice, and it still worked out for him.
Yeah, AJ next.
So who is AJ fighting next, Q? Who we got on deck so we can see his retirement party?
It might be Triple D, like I was telling y'all. There's the negotiations going on for that.
So when is the
I
fight
wouldn't
date
mind
set up?
seeing that fight.
They definitely don't have a date yet. They're just in the preliminary talks for it. But it'll be sometime. It'll probably be sometime either in the third quarter, early fourth quarter.
So who
Hey,
y'all got for
Brill.
that fight, man? Who y'all got for that fight?
I got Joshua just for the fact that Daniel, he's a tough cat, but he keeps his head on the line too often. And, Hergovic landed a lot of good, clean shots that he was able to take. I think if you give AJ those same opportunities, I don't know if he will survive those clean shots coming from him, because Hergovic is not the same puncher as AJ. But Triple D at this point is battle tested, so he's not someone you just count out as an easy win in any capacity.
You see it go the distance, or someone getting knocked out?
Uh, Man, I still haven't dug deep enough. I still haven't dug deep enough to to come up with that determination yet, especially since the fight is just now like on the table. Something like it may come to the table. I haven't analyzed it that deeply, but I think it might be still a knockout, a late knockout, but it could be a UD. But I can't call it quite as of yet. I gotta give Triple D that much respect. I would have to actually like really analyze some of their strengths and weaknesses a little deeper to really determine on how the fight was going to play out.
I
Hey,
feel
who
you
is
on
who
that.
is that with the GPS?
I know they traveling, man. They going to pick up some Uber.
Whoever got the GPS going, could you please mute your mic?
Yeah, you're
Hey,
going to pick up Uber Eats.
Hey, Bradley, did you notice the crowd in the Wilder fight? Did you see what I saw?
What did you see?
It didn't look like it was packed.
It wasn't. This event wasn't. The Fury the Fury Usyk was packed to the T, but this one wasn't packed. And I think that's because this was British boxing in Saudi Arabia to some degree. I think that's why I think Turkey is doing fights in other parts of the country, because it's no longer rider season. It's one thing. Rider season is done kind of. So that's why I think it's imperative for Turkey, for his goals for boxing that I see in the way he's acting, to have these fights in America and to have the card in the UK. That's where the discussion is. That Daniel DeVoe and AJ might be the card that's going to be in the UK, which makes sense because that's a sellout.
So Brim, this is why I like talking to you, Brim, because you be knowing all the little intricate shit that I don't know. So as far as like the demographics of the crowds that's been participating in these events, His Excellency has been putting on. Who make up these crowds on these sellouts that we've been seeing? So, since you said it was a British boxing card, who normally makes up these events?
I think it's a combination of some core boxing fans who got money, people that's living in the Saudi Arabia, and then some of the people from the UK that come to. Now, when it came to the Undisputed, it was just big. It was big enough to where it got the attention where everybody came down there for the fight, and that's why it was a full packed arena. For that, because it was Undisputed heavyweight, it had a little more meaning. This last card was a 5-on-5, Matchroom versus Queensberry, which was a really good card. But in Saudi Arabia, when it's a little bit outside at the end of the rider season and then it's an event, it probably didn't have the same drawing power there locally. Even though I don't know if that matters as much to Turkey and what he's doing, but just saying in regards to noticing the crowd. That's why I just try to just give as much clarity as possible in regards to that aspect.
So the reason why I asked that is because you have to get some return on your money. That's how most promoters look at things, Brim. So with that being said, is he willing to throw a boatload of money if the Mexican fan base and the American fan base don't come and support a Canelo versus Crawford? Does he have that fear? Or is there going to be something
I think
that's the
I,
outlier
the
to that?
way the turkey's moving, this is how I would look at it. He's moving in a way to try to set up events that's going to be financially successful, right? But if it isn't, it's not the end of the world. That's not what he's doing it for. But at the end of the day, since you're putting this money up and you're setting up an event, the goal is it for it to be financially viable and successful. And that's the one reason why he stacks the cards and pays the fighters what he pays them to create the cards. Like right now, he's reworking the August the 3rd card. We don't know exactly what's up, what he got up his sleeve, but there's some adjustments that's going to be happening to this card because of the Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu fight being canceled. He said he's going to be looking to upgrade the card, so I don't know what he's going to do next. But I think at the end of the day, if the fights don't generate, it doesn't matter as much to him because that's not what he's doing it for. He's not like a promoter. His finances is not tied to making a gain, but I think he aims for the event to be financially viable because that's just how you're going to do business, but he doesn't need it to be.
Okay, so that's not the mission to make money. The mission is to make big fights for the fans.
To make boxing shine, to have the best boxing matches and the best fights, and because he's a pure boxing fan.
Yeah, I think his message is to bring back big time boxing. I mean, just stuff that we've been asking for as fans. You feel me? Fans of the sport. We tired of seeing everybody talking about come to the other side of the street, holding up other fighters, holding up fights just because they're selfish for their money. You know, he's good on money, so I just think he's doing it out of the love that he has for the sport, like how we all do, and I respect that.
Any other questions, Big Fish? I want to bring something to Big Fish and Q's attention because I don't say that you guys was particularly saying this, but there was people that was telling me I was being a fanboy to Terrence Crawford. They were saying he was holding the belts hostage. And I was saying, bro, he's holding these belts for leverage. He's utilizing them for what they are. And we've seen this situation play out, with him being put in recess, that puts him in position for that belt. Then the WBO, and then that's why he was holding the belts. He's just gonna drop them as he moves up to 154 once he secures his fight. And everybody that's been fighting for in terms of 147 should be stepping up into those titles, like Brian Norman for the WBO. But I'm hearing something different about the WBC, where it may not be Barrios is going to get the shot, but he is the interim, I think. So, and then Stan Leonis. So I'm hoping that the division moves pretty quick and Boots is able to secure a fight with Stanley Onis or Barrios or whoever's in line for the WBC or WBA, and that Norman can be able to fight one of those two guys as well. And then at that point we got two unifications, and it can quickly turn into another undisputed fight. Because Norman really arrived on the scene as the potential, fighter for Boots. They could potentially be the fight for the undisputed, and if they play this properly, I see that could potentially happen.
What a Boots and Bud fight?
No, I said Brian Normal and Boots for end up being undisputed at some point within the next year.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I'm looking for them to both have. I'm looking for both of them to look to unify.
How many fights do you think do y'all think that Boots gonna take before he move up to 154?
I think he can. If they able to line everything up in a row, he might be able to try to get his hands on undisputed at 147 in 3 fights, and then move up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I can see him moving up in like 3 to 4 fights because I think he really wants to. Crack at Bud, and we've seen that I fucking said the word wrong. His Excellency wants that fight too. So I can see him getting what he needs to accomplish 3 to 4 fights, and then he'll move up to 54 to catch the smoke up there.
Here's the problem with that though. I think because His Excellency loves. Well, I'm not going to call him. I'm going to call him Turk. I mean, he don't even like being called that. I haven't said that in a while. Big Turk, right? I think because Big Turk likes good, high quality fights, he was looking at the Boots fight for Bud and looking at the Canelo fight for Bud because those are both excellent fights any way you slice it, right? But if we get to the point where Bud's, let's say he beats Madronov, and the rumor now is that Canelo and Bud is going to fight sometime early next year. If they fight at 168, I think Boots fighting Bud will probably be out the window at that point. And so then Boots will just be having his own personal career carved out if that happens. Now, if that doesn't happen, then Boots, winning this fight that he's fighting right now, right against Crowley, then getting a unification fight, and then hopefully being able to fight the next fight is undisputed because Brian Norman or Stanley Otis or Barrios, whoever doesn't fight him, is able to make a unification fight themselves. You can quickly get to undisputed and then go up to the next weight class. But if Bud is fighting Canelo next year, that kind of kills that, I think, and then he just carves out his own career path.
That sounds about right.
Bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't hear you for a second, but I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I was having some audio issues, but
Yeah, you clear, bro.
So based on what you've seen so far, you think the Canelo and Crawford fight gonna happen now just because the man saying he trying to make it happen?
It's just that when you got like some of the more trusted reporters, from the Mexican side of reports, saying that it's the possibility of that fight coming into fruition is increasing and increasing. It's over the 50% mark in sentiment in regards to that aspect from what I've seen. So it's not a foregone conclusion, but it's leaning towards a Bud. If Bud looks really good against Madronov, it's a possibility Canelo and Bud will be fighting next year.
Is the Canelo losing that belt though?
Yeah, he's not undisputed anymore.
So, do you think Bud would want that fight now? Because I think the only reason why he was wanting to fight Canelo
but
was
the thing
because
is,
to be
though,
undisputed.
that's part of it. I think the undisputed was part of it, but Canelo fight is a multifaceted legacy fight where undisputed is a really important part. But if you strip it away, it doesn't take the value of the fight because of who Canelo is, what he's accomplished, and and what it represents.
Hey, Veracious, you lied to me, bro. You a Bud buddy, man. If you thought Bud Crawford was trying to fight Canelo for some fucking belts, and that's what he cared about, you a fucking Bud buddy, bro. Stop.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Hold on, Big Fish.
I'm only
No,
going
don't
over
do
his
that, Big
words.
Fish. Don't do that, Big Fish. He does care about that, but Canelo is such a commodity. If you take one of the belts away, and it's just 3 belts. It doesn't take away the value of the fight itself.
Yeah,
And
it's
what
still
it
a legacy
represents.
fight to begin with. I'm just seeing like where Crawford's mentality would be at because we all want to see that fight still, just from being boxing
I
fans
want
and
to see it, but
everything.
I'm not doing a backflip over it if it doesn't happen. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
same here. Shit, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So you mean to tell me that Bud want that fight a little bit less now because it's not
I
undisputed?
don't think he wants it a little bit less. But it may. But again, I think I just don't fully know. You know why? I think it's just him allowing himself to have as many open options because the battle in the business of boxing is the battle that it is that I don't even blame PBC for anymore. I just say it is what it is, right? So I think he's just having as many options available. So if Canelo is an option, cool. If not, he can still be to go to undisputed for 154. He's just trying to do as much as he can in a short amount of time, it looks like. So, I mean, it is what it is. You just got to see how it plays out. I think it's forever moving and forever changing. You just never know what tomorrow.
Edit that statement. Can you edit that statement to say he's trying to make as much money as he can in a short amount of time, bro? Can you
I mean,
please change
I
it
think that's
to the
part.
truth?
I think
No,
that's part of it, but it ain't just
Brim,
about the
stop
money.
it.
I think the money is a very big factor, but listen, that's one of the things though, because but that's not the only thing.
Yeah,
See,
man, that's the main
I
thing.
think me personally, I think
That's
Terrence Crawford
99%
values
of it.
legacy more than the money. just based off what he said
Oh my
previously in the
God.
No,
past.
I disagree with that too. I
But
disagree with that. It's a
yeah, no, no, no.
combination
I'm
of them
His
not.
both. It's a
legacy
I
combination
mean,
of
like
them
I said,
both.
bro.
I'm not gonna
we
say
don't
anything
His
he's
know.
doing
You feel
anything
me?
for
legacy.
We
legacy.
don't know. I can just
His
only go off of what
legacy.
that
His
man said.
It's
legacy.
a combination of both because if
His
he wasn't
legacy
trying to
is
go for
immense.
legacy, he wouldn't position himself to be in a position for 3 of the 4 belts already at 154. He has put
Exactly.
himself in position
He
for 3 of
has
the
no
4 belts.
choice.
No,
This
it
was
has not,
option
no, he
D.
had a
This
choice.
was option D.
He didn't have to do the legal paperwork to
Brim.
put all those
Can
things in. He didn't have to do
can you
all
not
that.
cut me
He
off?
did that.
Can I, Brim? Can you
What
not
you
cut
talking
me
about?
off
Yeah,
and let me
get your
Can I
parts off,
make my
man.
reply?
Get your
Can I
parts
make
off.
my reply, Brim? You being rude. He had option A was Canelo. No, first option A was supposed to be the rematch. Earl Smith, we know what he did. We're not gonna get into that. So that was option A. Option B, really, which was option A in Crawford's mind, would be fucking Canelo. That fell through. Option C would have been fucking Charlo if he wouldn't have fucking put on the piss poor performance. That was option fucking that's 3 right there. Number 4 was the winner of Tim Zoo or and Findor. So this is not something he's doing because he just wanted to fucking add on to his legacy. Man, y'all fucking lying, man. He wants to
Who's
fucking big
lying,
money
Big
fight.
Dick?
I mean,
Brim,
but see
Who's
Brim,
that
lying?
goes against what Bud said himself though. So like I said, I'm only going off of what he said
man, we can't
himself.
go off of what somebody say. You going off of
It's
what
his
they trying
words.
to do.
Like we
He
gotta
was
go off of
trying.
what he say.
Nah, man, you go off of where he's at. The fights that actually get made. You can't call out
And
fucking Mike
the
Tyson.
fight that's getting made is by Turkey putting solid money in his pocket, stacking the card up, and him putting in position to get 2 belts.
And he's
So
also like the brother said, he's positioning himself to get 3 belts already at 154.
but that was
Legacy
option
is
And
D
2
definitely
though.
more
fights.
important than
But
the
my
money,
point
but
is
it's both
that was the
important.
last option. That was the last option. The most important
How do we
option
know that was the
for
last
the
option?
money.
Maybe that was the best
Because
option.
that's
We
what
don't know.
you won't let me finish again. You won't
I
let me
was telling me
finish
don't
again.
let you
No, you
finish.
cut me off. The best option is because of
We
the
got this
money.
freestyle.
Earl Spence was the biggest money fight, and Canelo was the biggest 2 money fights. There was options A and B. So that's how I know money is the most important. He went the fucking belt route last.
But see,
Okay,
did Bud
so it
say
is
that
what it
though? And I'm
is.
not a
I mean,
Bud.
if
I'm not
that's
a
what it
Bud
is.
buddy. Pause. I'm not a Bud buddy for just going off the man's words. Did he say that? I don't think he said that money was more important than him getting the belts. I think being 3 times undisputed, something that has never happened in the sport before, is more important to him than money. Not saying that money's
This
not
happened in the
important,
sport
because we
before
still
too.
don't know. Pretty sure both is important to him. But for what he said that he wants to be 3 times undisputed. That was the entire purpose of him wanting to fight Canelo in the first place. Was to be 3 times undisputed and to fight the fighter of this generation. It was like a win-win. Now since Canelo lost the belt and he's looking even more sluggish, I mean it's still a legacy fight, yeah.
What do you
But
mean he's looking even more sluggish? I don't understand that. I'm a little confused by that.
I mean
I watched the Mungia. I don't know if you watched the same Mungia fight that I watched, but I know this
he was
much,
okay. Yeah, he was okay in that fight from
bro.
my
If he wanted to knock Mungia out, he could have knocked him out.
Yeah, no, he definitely carried the young boy. He definitely carried him for sure.
So what are you talking about?
I'm just talking about just off
He's
of
not. Is he prom Canelo?
no.
No, but to sit here and say, "Oh yeah, he's a shell of himself," I would not be saying that. I'm sorry, I can't say that. No.
So
I respect it. I respect
hey,
it.
so V, so who you got? Crawford. If Crawford and Canelo fight, who you got?
Who me?
Yeah, you. Not who me in China. I'm
Oh,
talking to you.
oh yeah. No, I'm just asking for clarification. I seriously don't know. Just off of my boxing criteria, I'm picking Canelo because weight classes are there for a reason.
Okay, thank you, sir. Brim, who you got?
Man, this is a tough one, bro. I've been wavering back and forth. I'm still going Canelo split decision, but I don't know, bro. Because Bud had, if anybody can do it skill wise, IQ
Yeah.
wise, Bud can do it. But I think this Canelo might just have a little bit too much oomph on the punches to allow Terrence to be able to do it. But Terrence can do it for 12 rounds. I think he can. But we'll see what happens, bro. I say it's a 55-45 in Canelo's favor
So
going
you
into
think no?
Yeah, I
So
agree with that.
so so Brim, you know, no matter what, Bud gonna end the fight on his feet is what you saying if it's a split decision. So you, so that's saying he gonna avoid the power for 12
Well,
rounds. Is that what you telling me?
again, Terrence Crawford is a dog, so we don't know that if Canelo drills him a good time, that the fight's over. Might be able to knock Crawford down, right? And Crawford might be able to continue. There's the unknowns in this fight, which adds an intrigue to me on multifaceted levels. But I think Terrence Crawford is very much. He's skilled enough to be able to pull it off because he has the ability to utilize two of the fighters who were successful against Canelo. He can do both of those fighters' things. He can do some of the things that Mayweather did against Canelo. He can do some of the things that Bivol did. Why? Because Terrence Crawford has the reach of Bivol. He has a very long reach. And Canelo's not much bigger than Crawford naturally. He's bigger than Crawford, but not much bigger. And to have that type of arm reach, and if he actually is comfortable with the weight and knowing that you can actually be at 162 and fight the man at 168, where he may not have to go all the way up to 168 to be sluggish for that fight, which gives him the flexibility to possibly go back down to 154 as well when you're looking at the landscape on how to utilize weight and making the weight and fighting someone that's bigger than you. It's just a lot of unknowns, bro. I mean, anything can happen.
See, I just don't trust it, man. That's why I say there are weight classes for a reason,
V.
man.
So
I just
V
don't trust
V.
it.
How do you see it stop? You see him getting stopped since you saying it's a weight class for a reason? That's got
I
to be
mean,
what
I
you're
wouldn't
saying.
be. I personally don't see him getting stopped, but if he were to get stopped, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he got stopped at all.
If
Because
Crawford
weight
was to
classes.
win, if Crawford was to win, use your imagination. How do you see him winning?
I see him winning by a split decision. I think it'll be a split decision either
I
way.
mean, like technically, like
No,
what
technically,
we
yeah.
what we have to do technically.
Oh, I mean, see, Crawford has a lot of tricks in his bag, but he had to do exactly what Bivol and Floyd did: use his defense, use his reach, use his angles, footwork, all that stuff. Because Canelo's very predictable. So, I mean, he just try to beat down your arms, beat down your body parts.
What's so crazy? I think part of the key is him to be offensively first and then defensively pull back quickly.
Do
Basically,
you think he should start southpaw first or
he
orthodox first?
immediately southpaw from the very beginning of the fight. Take dominant lead foot position, lead with the jab. Keep him at the end of the stick and be able to back out when contact's in. You don't really start engaging until you get into the back end of the fight. You spend the first 6 rounds utilizing your length, keeping them on the wheel, and you trying to pile up points and take rounds because you're keeping them at bay. And then when you get a little deeper rounds, you get them a little tired, then you can try to trade, win them, land shots, see where he stands at. Because one thing about Terrence Crawford that he does well is his alternate speed of shots, which can put him in a position to get to gauge. And he can be able to do that in a way where Canelo lands a shot on him, and he can gauge on how he can be able to utilize to attack him because the speed of his punches and utilizing the proper footwork and being dominant in the lead foot position.
Yeah,
But
and his ring IQ on top of that too. I definitely agree.
but see, the thing is, Canelo got a very good ring IQ too. That's the thing that's so dynamic about this. Canelo's ring IQ is not low end. It's high end.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's low, but I don't think it's on the level of Bud's.
It's not. But when you're dealing with the additional weight class, the certain things that Bud has done has made him successful at the lower weight classes. Will he be able to execute them in full mode without that 1/15 of a second delay from the loss of speed from the weight? But sometimes a shot landing is millimeters of seconds, and that little
Exactly.
bit of extra weight could prevent him from getting into the proper blocking position on a certain, a counter shot from Canelo. That's another interesting thing. They're both counter punchers. So who's going to lead? And that's why I think Terrence Crawford might lead and then do a lead, but quickly go to defensive. So lead to be to get his shot in first, so he can build points and get a lead, but immediately go back into defensive mode so he can be able to try to counter Canelo because Canelo's going to be looking to counter Bud. They're
But
both
Yeah,
let me
I
ask
agree with
let me
that.
let me ask y'all this. Let me you first, bro. So for you to know that Bud to be able to do this, you have to seen some tests that he's passed before. I don't think he's had any tests to go to know for sure that he can pass this one? Who has Bud Crawford fought that's been impressive to you that you know that would prepare him to face Canelo?
Oh, the truth of the matter is, Big Fish, this is all based off the natural grit that we see from Terrence Crawford. It's not evidence to him. I mean, because he got tested and got some metal early in his career, which played a role for the dog that he is, it's today. But Canelo's a different beast. So maybe this Madrimov fight at 154 can show us something if he shows a certain level of dominance in the fight and he's looking sizey and looking comfortable, then that can be to give us some more signs. But bro, we don't know, bro. We don't have any true evidence in regards to a Canelo fight at 168. We don't. It's really just based off of his natural dog, the fact that no one has been close enough to be that competitive that let you know how good he is as a fighter, but it's still not proven against Canelo at a 168. It's an unknown. We have no evidence, sir.
That's facts.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree
Has
with it.
V, you don't think Bud has been that great? He's never been had a real test. Is that a true statement, or you disagree with that?
I mean, he's definitely been tested in the ring for sure. I mean,
By
that
who?
the whole fight with Earl Spence was a
Well,
test
Gamboa,
until we seen that he took
Gamboa,
advantage of it.
Gamboa. That was a tough fight for him. That's really the only. And the guy Benavidez. There was
That
his
wouldn't
two hardest fights,
but
in
the
my
thing
opinion.
what I mean by test is it's closely contested fights in the balance in the midst of a fight. That's what I'm meaning. Every fight has its own test in itself because sometimes you win the fight, in a training camp. That's when you mostly win the fight. But I'm just talking about the fight itself when you're looking at the balance of the fight. If you're getting into the 10th round, who's ahead, how close the fight is. Terrence Crawford has not had a lot of fights where it was in the balance. Where we were like,
Yeah,
we don't know.
well, me and
Porter
the
kind of.
me and the guy, I forgot to add one. Porter was a tough fight because me and the guy that yelled at Bud, hey, you losing right now. We thought Bud was down at that moment, but he came out and stopped him shortly after. But that was a tough competitive fight for him too.
What you talking about the Sean Porter fight? My bad, I was kind of doing something.
Yeah, the Sean Porter fight. Was that a tough fight in your opinion?
I mean, he was losing that fight, right?
No,
I mean,
he
from
was he
what they were
was
saying.
he was losing the fight after 6 rounds, but he won 3 out of the last 4 fight rounds going into that round. So 2 of the 3 scorecards had him ahead, but
Yeah.
it was closely contested. Where some people might say, "Hey, Sean Porter might be ahead in this fight."
Brian, why was
I
Sean Porter
mean,
so friendly that fight? Why was he like tapping them on the back, doing the clinches, and just dapping them
Well, the
up
truth of
all
the
the
matter is,
time? It was like
they're really good friends,
mostly
though. The truth of the matter is, bro, they're really good friends. They
who
really get along in real life. Like, they care about each other's family type of close.
that, and on top of, I don't think he just had the same animosity that he had towards Bud, like how he had against Spence.
Yeah, because at one point Bud wasn't really trying to fight Porter. I think that the fight with Porter was more of a litmus test, of a fight that could be made worse versus a name that was quality enough. And Bob Arum at that point wasn't really putting in the moves and working. Bud knew his next move, so he might as well go ahead and fight Porter for the litmus test because he's a high quality opponent. So I think it was a multitude of different factors in regards to that, though. My man, Big Fish.
One person was looking at a person like a piece of ground beef, and the other one was looking at him like a friend. So that's what I'm talking about. Sean Porter. Sean
Yeah,
Porter didn't put the friendship to the side. Bud did. He
Well,
laid
hold
his
up, hold up.
ass
No,
out.
no, Bud didn't
And,
until the
and
10th round. Bud didn't
he was
until the 10th
he
round.
wasn't initiating them daps and doing no hugging and all that. That
No,
was
but did,
one
did you
sided.
hear me
yeah,
though?
but
Because he
he
didn't
wasn't
until
really he
he
wasn't
wasn't going
really
hard to
taking the
paint. It was a
fight
nice,
like
it,
all the way serious
it was a
to
nice
the other
little
brother's
fight
point,
until the
because
until
they
the
are
10th
good
round.
friends until that 10th round came and they said that he was down, even though he most likely wasn't. Because even on my scorecard, I didn't have him down. But they told him that so that he could up his pressure. So that's when he took the fight all the way serious to get Sean up out of there.
Yeah, because to me it was a competitive, friendly fight. That's what it looked like. And then at point, Bud, I'm what? Oh, I gotta handle this now. Okay. I can't just trade and have a nice little fight with my man here. I gotta go. I gotta close the show.
Do
That's
V
that was a turning point for me. Again, I told y'all that moment was the turning point for me where I knew that Errol Spence couldn't beat Terrence Crawford. I still had questions at that point, but right then and there, that's when I knew that Errol Spence couldn't beat Crawford.
So V, do you remember the Sugar Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather fight?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember how friendly Mosley got? What was that? The third, fourth round? That's what I'm talking about. It was like Porter kind of conceded. If he wouldn't have been in that mind state, I think he could have pushed the fight a little bit harder than what he did. At least not get caught off guard like that. I don't think he was on his A game at all that night.
No, Big Fish, he blew
I
his load in the
think
second
I think he
round.
was on his A game.
He blew his
But he
load.
was on his A plus game. I can agree with that. He wasn't all the
No,
way aggressive like how he was
no,
against
he blew
Spence.
his load in the second round after he caught Floyd with a really good shot. He kept on gunning for the knockout and he blew his load, bro.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. He didn't really have that. Like I said, he didn't have the same ferocity like he had against Spence, against Crawford. I could definitely agree with that. But to say he wasn't on his A game, I don't know. I disagree with that. I think he took the fight serious. It's just like how the brother said. He blew his gas tank, and then after that, Bud upped the pressure. And then once he upped the pressure, it was just
Oh no,
it
I
was only
wasn't
a
talking
matter of
about Porter
time.
with the blue gas tank part. I wasn't talking about Porter with the blue gas tank part. But no, that fight right there again, that was a friendly little fight until Bud realized that okay, and I think Porter approached the fight really well because when he came in with educated pressure. He didn't just bull rush because if you just try to bull rush Bud, he gonna make you pay. You gonna get hit with something you can't see, and that's a wrap. And Porter fight like a football player to a degree. You're like he a fullback.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Hey, Brim, I wanted to ask you, how did you like the premise of the card Saturday night? The
Oh,
five
it was
versus
dope.
five or
It was dope.
whatever.
It was crazy how bad Matchroom got their butt whooped. It was funny. And plus, Eddie Hearn was a good sport. Frank Warren had fun with it. I've been on the plane flight back. He was like, "I'm in aisle 5." He said, "Give me a high five," because all 5 fights they won. So I thought that was hilarious. It was dope. I did think Ford did enough to beat Nick Ball, but Nick Ball was put a lot of pressure on him early in the rounds, and even some of the shots that wasn't landing just was eye catching because he was letting him get off a lot of flurries. But Ford is a tough character, bro. That guy's a good boxer. Tough loss, but he's going to 130 anyway. That fight was the most competitive fight for me. Ammo got his butt whooped. Scherzer's definitely a player at 160. Hopefully, he can bring some life to a boring 160 division.
See, I'm upset. I was working and everything, so the only fight I saw was the Wilder fight. So I don't even know how all the fights really went.
Yeah, I saw them all from the beginning. From Hutchinson now you say beat the dogs now, but he really just just outdone in that fight. I only got 3 out of the 5 right, but I did okay though.
Did Bivol raise his stock in your eyes, or is just the same? He just another day in the office.
Now B-ball inadvertently raised his stock, and I think it has more to do with the fact that Beterbiev is coming from another injury. And it's like, how many more injuries you gonna come from before you start to have some regression? So I had because the way Beterbiev looked in the last fight, I had him winning, but Bivol closing the show and getting a stoppage is a good thing, no doubt about it. It was long overdue for him. But I think his stock rose in regards to more because of the delay going into the fight. Now it's going to be in October, and now it's got people that probably had Better Beef winning now looking at it like, man, Bevo might win. So some people that swayed back to from Bevo might be coming back to Bevo because of the injury and the delay. So inadvertently the stock raise, but more not because of his performance, but more because of the scenario for the undisputed fight.
So I would love to see Benavidez fight Bivol. How many fights do you think he'll be ready to fight Bivol?
And really,
Benavidez.
when it comes to
Benavidez. I'd probably say
one,
two
no,
fights. You
one,
said one. I mean,
one. He
I
has
mean,
to
it could
win this
possibly
fight.
be
He
one.
has
So
to
yeah,
win this fight.
I definitely see. I definitely agree with that.
He wins this fight, and the thing is, if they get this undisputed fight done in October, Turkey may be looking to get that fight to get that fight next, and he gets a chance
Benavidez
to
versus
undisputed match on the top.
Bivol.
Who the winner of Bivol and Peterbian?
The winner don't
I
matter.
don't know. I
That's
don't know if
next.
I see Benavidez fighting Better BF. It Better BF wins.
Well, that's on him, but whoever wins, I think, is who Turkey's going to put on the table, though. So we'll
Yeah,
just
I
see
Who
can
what
see
you
that.
got?
Benavidez and
Who you
nuts.
got in there, V? Who you got in there? Better be Benavidez.
Oh, you say it again.
Hypothetically, if they fought David Benavidez or Arthur Beterbiev,
Better BF, definitely,
both win.
without a doubt in my
Why?
mind.
Why just?
He's definitely winning. He just got the power. He got the power and the skill.
In Benavidez, they never faced anybody with that type of power.
That too.
That is at the same size or big, or just as big as he is.
Now, if you want my opinion on a Better BF Bivol fight, I got Bivol winning. And I think that's kind of controversial, but I got him winning.
It's not controversial because that's a 50-50 fight in the truest form, bro.
So you think Benavidez can get Bivol? He got a better chance of beating Bivol?
See, now
I,
that's a
I think he
fight
loses to both
that's like
of them.
another 50-50 fight to me, but I'm leaning more towards Bivol just because he's more active in his jabs and straights. So I think he can keep Benavidez off of him, and he has power too. So I mean, I don't know. Has Bivol ever touched the canvas?
No,
Yeah, so if he don't touch the canvas, I'm swinging
I
Bivol. I'll
think
probably say
Benavidez loses to both of them.
65-35. 65-35 Bivol over Benavidez. But I won't be
I think
surprised if
I
Benavidez.
think Benavidez loses both to both of them. But here we go. The fight that's coming up is going to tell us a lot, though. A lot. There's a lot. There's a question marks about Benavidez in regards to him fighting at a larger weight, fighting opponents his size, fighting people who have punching power on that higher grade. This fight is a phenomenal litmus test and a true challenge for him. Actually, this is no gimme fight to be had. It's not a
Yeah,
foregone conclusion.
definitely. This is the show where he's at amongst the big dogs. And say if he what's the dude name? I forget that he's fighting.
Who you
Um
talking? Who you talking
about
about?
Benavidez. About Benavidez. Who's the dude that he's fighting? I forget his name.
Shit, Bram. You know I don't know who he fighting.
Yeah, well, whatever the man's name is, if he dominates him, I think that would be a good conversational piece with him versus the winner of Better BF versus Bivol. But if Better BF wins, I mean, I don't see any way how Benavidez can be Better BF. I just don't. I can't see a way how he can do that.
So if Benavidez can't beat him, then he might go back down to 168. Then, right?
We don't know. I mean,
I
if he
mean, I
loses this
doubt that
fight,
too because I mean, what kind of smoke is down there for him right now? I mean,
still,
he has some names still down there, but I mean, I don't think he's really interested in staying in that weight anymore.
well, he was only staying for that weight for Canelo. The truth of
Exactly.
the matter, because he can't. I mean, because it's already tough for him to make that weight. The man that walks around at over 200 pounds. So
Exactly. So I think he's gonna stay right where he's at and just I don't know, build his name more there.
the truth of the
And
matter is,
I think he should stay in that weight.
if he wins that fight, and let's say he gets the undisputed fight and he wins it, then he got him a Canelo fight in a gigantic fight. That fight would be. Listen, if Benavidez wins this fight, right, and let's say Bivol beats Beterbiev. If he beats Bivol, him and Canelo fight is worth double the amount it is today.
Yeah, but will Canelo take it?
If
That's the question.
175 for undisputed, you damn right he will.
I would hope so. I would love to see it.
You damn right he would. I mean, that wouldn't probably be to the end of 2025 though.
Hey, as long as we get it, I don't give a fuck how long it takes. As long as we get
That's
to
it.
see that fight, because that fight
But
been anticipated
that
for a
will
few
probably
years
get
now.
to win two big fights though.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Is the Earl Spence fight locked in yet for Dora, or
It
they still
seems
in
like
talks?
it is. It seems
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
locked in. See, here's my question to both of y'all: who is training Earl Spence right now? Who is training him? Is he
That's
training
a
himself?
They said it was not a high end name, but I got a feeling that in regard to PBC, it could be Diaz or Shields that's going to eventually be training them. But I don't know for certain either. But I got a feeling it's going to be Ronnie Shields though.
I
That's just going
think
with that.
I think this is Earl Spence retirement party, similar to Wilder. I don't think he's gonna beat Fedora. I think that's controversial too. I just don't see
yeah.
him
That's
being
not
that tall,
controversial either
lanky
because a
ass
lot of
nigga,
people
man.
are asking that question too. A lot of people are asking that question.
Yeah, this
It's do
this
or die
might
for
be,
Spence too.
especially he did that tweet talking about this. This might be our last time seeing me. And if it look anything like that fight did in July, oh my goodness.
If he loses to Fandora, I think I mean he's in
Ah,
the
it's
same position as Wilder, unfortunately, in the sense that if he loses the fight, his career may be done, it might be close to done. If he wins, then we have a different conversation.
if he win for sure, but yeah, if he lose, what else can he do? Where's there? It's nowhere to go after losing.
I mean, I don't think it leaves him without another title shot at this point. So it's like, what are you going? What's there for you to be to accomplish without you having to grind your way up? And I don't know if Spence is dedicated to that point to be able to do that consistently
You know,
and to do that.
Yeah,
give Fundora a grade, fellas. Give him a grade. A B C D E F.
B
What?
I say C plus B minus.
B minus. He's a B minus. He's a good fighter. He's a B
You
minus.
know, he's similar
B
to Spence, man. He goes in there. He doesn't really go in there with like technicality. He goes in there just try to wear you down
minus.
or give you little
Really? You
punches and
said
shit.
It's no the
really?
bare
You
bones.
said a B minus?
He's a B minus. He's a B, C
Straight
plus B
B.
minus. And the thing is, he showed B minus. He showed B minus capabilities with him being able to utilize his jab versus Tim Tszyu, even though there was a cut involved. But I saw
Man,
something he did something he has not done in
man.
his fights, and it looked like he's learning from his sister.
We know for a fact, if it wasn't for that fucking cut, Fandora's about to get his fucking head knocked off, man. That
Yeah, I
dude
thought
is
so too. I
a
thought
C
I
level.
don't disagree.
That dude is a C level fighter. So if Earl Spence, in my opinion, so you got the right to your opinion. You may know it better than what I do, but from what I see, he's a C level fighter to me.
But where do you
And,
think
and
Spence is today, right now? Do you think the current Errol Spence? Do you think he's higher than a B level, a B minus level fighter at this point right now?
Earl
if we
Spence.
go, if we judging him based off his last fight, hell nah, he fucking
I
worse than
mean,
the
we
C
can't.
based on his last fight. But yeah, you got to go out based on who he fought. So that was
Yeah, his
Terrence
body of
Yeah,
work
he
and all
Crawford.
fought
that
a
plays a
So
he,
role. I
he
think
fought
so
a A-level fighter. So like,
he
I
went
don't know.
so
to me.
I can't
He
really
went
have
from
a judgment on that until
he
we
went
see
no,
him in this fight and see how he come out for the first 6 rounds to see if he's a C plus fighter now or still a B plus level
so
fighter. So I can't
yeah
I can't
so
give a judgment on that right now. I really can't.
yeah. So my point in saying that was, I think Fandora is a C level fighter. So if Spence lose to him, there's no further down you can go. To me, just because it's for a title shot, you know how I feel about that. Brim Fandora not really wasn't really the best fighter in that ring that night. He fought Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu fucking was failed by his fucking corner by not stopping that fucking fight when they were supposed to.
and
Tim Tszyu was fucking lining his ass up for them straights all fucking night.
the
Up
first two
until that
rounds.
cut happened.
The first 2 rounds he busted his nose in 2 rounds. You know,
Mm.
Yeah,
and the
Fandora
cut
looked like
happened in the
yeah.
second round.
Yeah,
So
so
I mean,
like y'all
off
saying,
off paper, Spence should definitely be Fedora on paper,
But
but
right now, that fight is a 50-50 fight
but
now.
yeah, right now I'll probably say it's 60-40 Fedora.
Wow.
you'll put your
Yeah, and,
money
that, and
on
that's kind of
Fandora.
crazy to say, but I mean, just off of Earl Spence talking about retirement already, it seemed like his confidence has been shot. So, and then he
Yeah.
was having talks to Ryan Garcia about fighting him. So like, I don't know what's going on with that man's head. Pause. So like, I'm leaning 60-40 Fundora, but Earl Spence should win. He should win if he was what we seen him as or what the media saw him as.
You know what that is, Big Fish? That's the Bud Duck Bowl. You know that, right?
The Bud what?
The Bud Duck Bowl.
What you mean?
Like a bowl game. That fight is the Bud Duck Bowl.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
It is
yeah.
though.
Hey, it's a money grab for both of them. It's the safest, easiest way to get a
Mm-hmm.
nice payday.
Fooey schmooey.
It's
Then
always about the money. That's what I was saying earlier. Terrence Crawford told you. It's always about the money. That's the one thing that it's always about.
Yeah,
That's
most people
secondary.
in their professions they do it for the bag. I mean, that goes without being
Yeah.
said. That's why I was saying like with the whole legacy and money aspect. Like I was only going off of him just saying he wanted to be 3 times undisputed. I don't really remember him saying that it was about the money with Canelo, but I mean I'm not surprised. Everybody wants that payday with Canelo.
he want to get
So
as much money as possible, but I mean, does he? But he ain't gonna fight Joe Schmo. You know, even if the bag is big, he still got to have some value. But yes, the bag is utmost important.
yeah, definitely. I say like when it's legacy money, especially in boxing, it's definitely 70 or 75-25. Like and that kind of split.
That,
So
that's what I was
75
saying
money,
earlier.
25% legacy, and Terence Crawford already has the legacy. So
Yeah, that's what I was telling you earlier.
Yeah, but he's still going for the legacy based on his movements, though. But
Yeah,
he's
that's what
still
I
yeah,
trying
was
I
to secure.
saying.
mean,
Yeah.
He's
eh,
securing the bag in the process, though.
exactly, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is 75-25. Now just over reanalyzation, it's definitely 75-25. He definitely wants to cash out. I mean, he's old now. You feel me? Shit.
He
I think
only
he's
got
trying to get the
he
most
only
money
got
he
a
can
few more
get
fights
while
left.
still trying to be
I
three
only
times
I think
undisputed.
the most we gonna get out of Bud is 3 more fights, bro. So yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. And I don't see an Earl Spence rematch happening.
I want Errol Spence don't want that smoke, bro. Come on, man.
he never wanted that smoke.
No, Errol Spence did want that smoke. He just was being acquiesced to his company demands until he's figured out, hey, I got to do what I got to do. I got to make this fight. This
I
is the money
mean,
fight.
I can say he
Regardless of what y'all
somewhat
want me to
wanted
do,
it,
I
but I
got
mean,
to
he
do this
said it
fight.
himself back in 2018. Why wouldn't I take the easier route? Nigga,
Yeah,
if you saying that, you don't want the smoke. Like,
I'm past that 2018 stuff. Is at the end of the day, I give Errol Spence credit because he made the fight. Because at the end of the day, PBC and Showtime and all the operatives wasn't
yeah, no,
really.
it's
They were kind of pussyfooting around a little bit, and then eventually Spence said, "All right, I got to make this fight." And he made the fight. Period.
yeah,
Like,
no, definitely, it's
that's what
forever
yeah.
respect. You feel me? He just wasn't respectable beforehand, but he definitely made the fight. He made the fight, so that's respect. You feel me? He didn't have to. He didn't have to take it. He could have, kept on avoiding him, but he didn't.
But
He,
if
like
he
I said, he
didn't,
wanted the smoke. He just didn't want it like how Bud wanted it. I say.
but if he didn't make the fight, though, his everything that he stood for would have been null and void. Strap season. You were making money on shirts and all that. Strap season. You got to live up to that strap season name. That's what it came down to.
Exactly. And he lived up to it. He just died by it. And the shit that I didn't like with the whole buildup was him calling him top ranked Toby. We gon' buck break you. We gonna do all this other stuff. I didn't. I ain't like that shit.
Hey, Brim, you see this right here? See, this what's wrong with the Bud Buddy Nation. They don't never want to give Earl Spence his props. Look at LaJessica, the number one Bud Buddy in the world. His fans backed him into the wall. He had no choice. We didn't do shit. Earl Spence don't listen to his fans. He wanted to fucking fight Bud because he wanted to do it. He had every out possible to not fight Bud, and he went against the grain and did it anyway. Ain't that right, Brown?
I can't disagree with that because you got to remember they did petition the WBC for Thurman to fight Spence. They had it lined up. So I mean,
Yeah.
again, Spence lost some of my respect for the action afterwards, but I'm gonna call it like I called it. He made the fight happen. Period.
Hey, but we know why his actions did that was like that, Brown. The man was devastated, bro. That's one of the worst ways you can fucking lose in front of
So
the
he should have
whole
never
world.
reacted to rematch clause then.
Yeah. See.
Then to
Yeah.
pop
There
up
is
with
no
an eye
excuses
patch
for
in the
that
world
shit.
7 months later, bro. And then hop in the ring, then pop out some. I don't take no. I don't do. I don't do waiting in lines. Man, get that goofy shit out of here, bro. It was goofy as hell, but I'm sorry, this shit was goofy to me.
But he didn't. He proving it right now. He
It's
ain't.
still
He didn't
goofy.
wait in the
He
line.
proved it because that's the nature of the business when you're connected to some of the powers that be to have a little positioning, but it's still goofy at the end of the day when we're looking at the essence of the sport. Still goofy.
Yeah,
How come?
it's still
How come?
corny. I mean, he got
Hey,
connections. Yeah, he got
hey, hold
connections.
on.
Go ahead.
Why you not? Why you didn't call it corny when Joshua was just get the hover around the fucking top three and all the fucking sanctioning bodies when he was fucking crying and throwing tantrums in the ring like a lunatic and shit.
Hold
Oh
on,
shit,
hold on.
I
Why
criticized him.
why he didn't
I
have to work his
I
way back
criticized him.
up?
I said that nigga was crazy for doing
Hold on,
that shit.
let me
He
get
was
this.
doing too
No,
much.
hold this question ain't for you. This question for me. He coming to me.
Oh shit,
They say, "Oh my
go
God,"
ahead. Then my
they
bad.
say I be super saving Joshua. Okay, so here's the deal. When he lost that second fight with Usyk, he wasn't nowhere near no title shot. And the reason why we know that is because look what he had to do. Look what he's had to do. He's had to fight numerous fights. He had to take fights that wasn't pay-per-view fights. So the evidence shows that the loss of that fight did what it was supposed to do. But he got knocked down a peg. He was no longer at the championship level because if he was, he wouldn't have been fighting Jermaine Franklin's on regular the zone. Are we forgetting? So it
But
did what
no,
it was. It did what it was supposed to do.
but look, Earl Spence only got one loss. That's the hypocrisy in what
Yeah,
you
but
saying.
no, you
You
saying
caught. Hold
hypocrisy.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Earl Spence got one loss, and he skipped the line and got back at the title shot. He had a rematch clause that didn't get active. Well, that didn't go through because of his own doing. But that's regardless of my point. So the point is, AJ lost fucking 2, 3, 4 times before he finally had to go back up the fucking ranks like you trying to act like that's how the shit happened from the jump.
No,
Nah, he
no,
got
no, big
chance
fish,
after
big fish,
chance to
big fish.
redeem
I gotta
himself
stop.
with title shots.
I gotta stop you, big fish. Here's the problem with what you're saying. You gotta remember, he fought Ruiz, had a rematch clause. He fought the rematch and won the title back. Fought Usyk, had a rematch clause and did not win the rematch. So you can't say, "Oh, he got shot after shot after shot." No, it was within the contract and the deemed in the terms that was set up. But once he lost to Usyk the second time, then he had to rebuild himself, and then he ended up fighting 3 fights that were not title fights against the opponents that were not title contenders. So again, as I was telling you, everything played the way that it played, and also Errol Spence lost in such a dramatic fashion. And you're dealing with no,
You tweet.
no, you gotta let me finish, please. And also, the circumstances are different because you're dealing with Errol Spence, who has not been as active as a fighter, who his health has been in question as well. And then you have somebody like Joshua, who has been consistently in the gym training, at being active, fighting multiple fights. It wasn't championship fights to build himself back up. So the circumstances are different. So to try to compare the two is a little bit off base because, again, the circumstances leading into the losses and how the losses happen are not the same, bro.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Brim. I just have short term memory. I be trying to get a point in because you be going
It's
so
all
long.
good. My
But
bad. I am long
no,
winded.
no, but I was riding with you all the way until you tried to use the fashion of which Earl Spence lost to justify your criticism of why he shouldn't have the right to get back in the front of the line in the same manner that Anthony Joshua did.
He
So
didn't
yeah,
do it in the same manner as Anthony Joshua did. Anthony Joshua was fighting obligated, not obligated, but the contracted rematch clauses.
yeah, yeah.
This wasn't a contracted rematch clause. This is a man moving up to another weight class that he was not even ranked in after having a tremendous loss, and then boom, he's number one, and then he gets the title shot. That's not the same, bro. It's
So
not.
so so a man. So we all know that Anthony Joshua has never been considered pound for pound ever by people that know boxing.
Well,
So a
that's because
man that was
he
hold
started
on, hold on.
heavyweight.
See, hold on. Remember you said let me finish the point,
I'm
please. Let
sorry.
me finish.
All
So Earl Spence was a pound for pound fighter, top 5. Some people had him 2, 3. Some dummies had him at 1. So he lose one time against the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, and it's just unfair to boxing that a top 3 fighter in the world can move up one weight class just coming off one loss to the best fighter that some people think the best fighter ever. You telling me that's an injustice to boxing and that's corny? Come on, Brim.
I didn't go as far to say it's an injustice to boxing, but the fact of the matter is, Your guide is going up to another weight class. You have no sanctioning body belts to utilize super statuses to move up in front of the line, and you automatically get put up in the front of the line in the next weight class, coming off a devastating loss. I'm sorry, my brother, but you to try to compare that to a situation with a person that was a titleist that had a rematch clause, won one, and then on a rematch and lost the other rematch. It's not the same. If Errol Spence had a fought Terrence Crawford and lost the rematch or something like that, then we could have that conversation about that. But it's not the same, brother. I mean, I understand what you're trying to get at, but using Anthony Joshua to compare to Errol Spence just doesn't quite match. It's
No,
completely different circumstances.
I'm not trying to say the circumstances are the same. It's just the basic principle of an elite fighter getting to skip the line because they earned that right to do that. That's what's the same. That's why I use Anthony Joshua as an example. But the situations are
What
definitely
line did he skip?
different.
What line did he skip? What line did he skip?
He didn't. Who? Anthony Joshua?
What
Yeah,
line did
I
he
told
skip?
you. I told you earlier. I was with you that I was wrong. I was wrong about the context of how he kept getting those opportunities because they was contractually obligated to rematch. So I get that, but still, Earl Spence only lost one fucking time, bro, and he was a top
Yes, sir.
5 fighter in the world. So I don't think it's fair for you to criticize him for getting a shot or calling it corny.
Just a little bit. I'll give you something. I'm sorry, my bad. I thought I had myself on mute. Hey, listen, end of the day, man, we'll get to see what Errol Spence got left in the tank.
You
But
sound like Deontay Wilder trainer over there, man.
yo, you stupid.
Deontay Wilder, bull.
Y'all stupid. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb.
What's his name? Well, I forgot. I drew a blank. What's his
Malik
name? D?
Scott.
Yeah, Malik Scott over there,
Y'all dumb. Don't be
Man,
dumb.
I think Malik Scott set Deontay Wilder up for the woo, man. I think he set him up, man. I think he set the bull up for real, for real.
It didn't set him up. Deontay Wilder, who was Deontay Wilder, man.
man. How could you
Everybody acting
submit?
like Deontay Wilder changed or something. Deontay Wilder was who Deontay Wilder was, man.
Oh no, I ain't saying that he changed them. I'm saying that he took advantage of a fool. Like you see a fool and still take advantage of him. I think he took advantage of him because he got knocked out by him before, and he played like he was his friend, like he was really there for him. Especially with the Bronze Bomber being put into retirement after the third Tyson Fury fight. He's like, okay, this is my perfect time to sweep in and get my revenge. And look what happened. Nigga lost 2 out of his last 3 fights, man.
We doing conspiracy theories now? Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I don't think that's a good brother in this corner, man.
Hey
Even
man,
though
I don't
Deontay
think
Wilder isn't a good brother himself, he slept with his brother's girl. So,
nobody that evil. B. Come on, man. That's a hell of a plan if that's what happened, but
hey, you'll be surprised.
yeah, that's what E Thriller told you earlier. When you say stuff like that, you got to say
Allegedly.
allegedly, man.
Yeah,
There you go,
yeah,
man.
allegedly,
Ah,
allegedly,
God.
allegedly, my
Yeah,
Malik Scott is a double agent. Allegedly,
like Brim
but
say,
no, I'm
man.
just joking, man. I'm just
Why? Yeah,
just
nah, I
talking
know
shit.
you is. Yeah, I know you is. Deontay Wilder has 100 flaws in his boxing game, bro. It's no trainer in the world that can help him because he just thought he was the man. He thought he was complete.
Yeah, I mean, he said it himself. He didn't have to train. He said that he was blessed with the God-given ability to knock people out.
You
So it
can get
wasn't
away
worth the
with just being
training.
able to land the right hand.
Like
E-
right hand is not gonna get you through the night, brother. It's just not.
Every fight that I watched him fight, he was down on the cards up until he knocked him out. Every time, I was like, man. But that knockout always came every time,
Yeah, it came every
every
time
time.
against C minus competition. Suppose he
Yeah,
landed
see,
in the
yeah, for
when he
sure.
landed in the B and A range, it
Okay,
changed up.
okay, let's go to grades again, and this is just opinion based. Y'all don't get your blood rate up, blood pressure up. What do y'all think Ortiz's rating was? A, B, C, D,
C
F.
at his
C, what
peak.
you think?
At his peak, C plus.
You said who again?
Ortiz.
Um, at his peak.
Now, when Wilder fought him, what was his? What
Oh,
do you have
Luis
him ranked?
Ortiz. Oh, Luis
Yeah,
Ortiz. What you talking about? You talking about King Kong? I say his peak was like. I think his peak was like the second fight, and I'll probably agree with the brother C plus B minus.
No, he don't get no B minus.
Yeah,
C plus at best.
hey,
Matter
I'm
of
very
fact, he's
reluctant to even
borderline
say B
regular
minus,
C.
but I
He's
say C
borderline
plus.
regular C.
Yeah, I say C plus definitely. I even probably say C minus because I mean, like he had the tools, but he never utilized the tools. So it's
You
like
forgetting the same fighter lost to Ruiz as well.
right.
Listen,
I
y'all
never.
quit disrespecting my boy too. And
We
he
not
wasn't down.
disrespecting. We just
He,
giving the
he
facts.
wasn't
You got to
down.
get.
He wasn't
Hey,
down on
listen.
school. He wasn't
Take that.
down on school
Take your
call.
heart. Take your heart and put it in your pocket.
Listen, he wasn't down on school call when he knocked goddamn Dr. Brazil ass out. He
Brazil's
went.
trash, man.
He went down. He went down. Listen, he went down on school call when he beat
what
Berman.
round? Hold on, Mr. Golden. What round did he knock Brazil out in?
Fuck his ass up in the first round. Knock that nigga
So how
ass
you
out.
down on the
Fuck out.
scorecards when they knock somebody out in the first round?
I
Go
always give it
lay
that. Y'all
down.
think every
Go
fight.
lay
Y'all
down,
think every
Golden.
fight.
Mr.
Hold
Golden,
on.
It's time for you to go to bed already.
Brill, you hear
But
this
Burns
shit?
Stover,
This man said he was down on the
Berman,
scorecard for Dominic Brazil and he knocked him out in the first round. Go to bed, Golden. It's a wrap for
that's
you.
bullshit. When he first went inside, the
You
first time that
moving
he
like
won, he
Wilder
wasn't
was
down
when
on
he
school
got.
card.
You moving like Wilder was when he got clipped by Zhang, bro. You turning around to the ref, bro.
Now, I'm asking now,
Hey,
answer this
that
question now.
punch is so.
Was he down
That punch.
in his first title fight? Was he down on
I'm
the
not
school card
answering
then?
no questions
No.
no more after that. I can't answer no questions from you after that.
Hey, Golden.
Man, fuck that
That
shit.
punch. Hey, Golden. That punch gave you CTE too, man. You need to go get checked out, man.
Hey, Fish. Hey,
Oh
Fish.
man.
Real. Fuck you and bro. That's the way I feel about it. Y'all. They talking that shit about my boy. Y'all gonna put some respect on my boy, man. Y'all just talking that shit because Fury took all the fight out of his ass. That's all it took.
Man.
Fury took all the fight from him. He took his shadow. He took that motherfucking soul.
Hey,
Every goddamn
He
Big
thing.
feel
Fish.
it. Hold on. He feel it. The hell what you talking about? He talking about Malik Golden. The hell what you got that he feel?
Hey, Mr. Golden.
Yeah.
Wilder fight again. We gonna get a petition so you can rub his legs between rounds, man. That's what's wrong with him. His legs wasn't
Listen,
right,
my
bro.
boy, I
Gold
don't think
ain't gonna be to
my
do
boy,
that no more because ain't gonna be no more Wilder fights.
I don't think it's gonna be no more. All bullshit aside, I wish my boy all the luck in the world. You don't need to come back and fight no more, dog. You don't. Unless you find you somebody who can train you properly, and you can do the Anthony Joshua did.
Bro, he ain't
Go
gonna
out
learn
and
nothing,
do
bro.
that.
He is
Other
who he
than that,
is, Golden.
he ain't got nothing, man. He ain't got nothing left for the game. He ain't got nothing else to prove.
He gotta hang him
He
up,
never
man.
proved
He
he
gotta
didn't
hang
prove
him
that
up. We're
much.
gonna suffer severe brain damage, man. He gotta hang him
Hey,
up.
Mr. Golden, if he wanted to prove something, he couldn't do it. So he ain't got
Thank
no
you.
choice.
Y'all just having y'all fun. That's all right.
It's
Y'all
not
done go.
fun, bro. I'm not having fun, bro.
It's
I'm
fun.
just keeping it
Y'all
in the
just
book.
having fun.
He
Y'all
had
love. Y'all love
he had
seeing my
bro,
goddamn
he
face
had
in it.
10 title defenses. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer, bro. So it is
Y'all
what it
Hey,
is.
hey, Mr. Golden, I wanted
Yeah.
Wilder to win. I wanted Wilder to fuck Anthony Joshua up. I've been wanting that for the longest. So I became a Deontay Wilder fan when he beat Ortiz that first fight, bro. He showed me he had some heart, a whole lot of heart. So I'm not happy
Yeah.
about losing like that. It's just fun to give you a hard time and see that you got
Listen.
CTE from this fight.
I know you listen, Chris. Listen, your brother before the fight for the last 2 weeks, if it wasn't every day, every other day, he been sending me clips of Wilder talking shit, and we've been going back and forth on the goddamn phone, all during the fight. We talking shit. I told her I wasn't coming on this motherfucker. He told me he gonna drag my ass.
You said
My
all
God, like that,
you said for all 15 minutes he was talking shit.
man. Fuck you, bro. You can't talk that shit. You didn't talk that shit when Joshua got his ass whooped.
Bro, I wasn't on YTBC at that time. So what do you
Oh,
want me to tell you?
oh. You want to watch this when he got whooped by Usyk?
I was around and I said he was tripping. I'm like,
I
yo,
always hear that
homeboy
shit.
tripping right now. He knew I needed to
Hey,
take a
Fish,
break from boxing the way he acted after this loss.
hey, Fish,
So I mean,
Fish.
Hey,
like,
I'm not even gonna lie, man. That Wilder after the first Luis Ortiz fight, man, I think he would have fucked Anthony Joshua up for
I
sure.
doubt
Yeah,
it.
he would have fucked his
I think
ass
he would
up.
have
I
got him
doubt
the
it.
fuck up out
I
of here.
doubt it. I doubt it.
He would have beat
I mean,
Joshua. Listen,
I doubt it.
listen.
I
Hey,
can
listen.
see why you
Joshua
doubt
the
it.
only
Like,
motherfucker.
I
listen,
doubt it.
man, listen, man, his Hulk powers was activated. He couldn't lose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, he
It's
couldn't
easy
lose.
to say that now, bro.
He couldn't lose to C in lower competition. Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, stop that
But
bullshit
but
up.
see, but see, that's
Hey,
what
Fish.
Anthony Joshua was at that time. He was sea level.
No, he wasn't. No,
Hey,
y'all
Fish.
ain't put no respect
Hey,
on
Fish.
Ruiz. 'Cause
Joshua the
Ruiz, I
only
think, best a
motherfucker.
B plus fighter.
Joshua the only
Ruiz,
motherfucker I see catch another
Ruiz has
man flag and run
consistently
out the
been
ring with that motherfucker.
Ruiz
One
has been
time, bro, Mr.
consistently a
Golden.
B
Let him
class fighter.
finish.
Matter of fact, Ruiz's resume is better than Wilder's at this point. Y'all better get it right.
Got your regular ass mind, nigga.
I gotta look at their resumes.
No,
I
you gotta
gotta
look at
look
the
at them.
resumes and look who they won against. That's where the resumes.
Oh,
You can say
TC.
y'all saw this person,
Who
but
got on
listen,
TC?
Okay, so besides Anthony
let
Joshua, who's Andy Ruiz's biggest win?
the same biggest win as Wilder's.
Damn.
You
Ta-da.
crazy fuck.
And then you gotta add AJ's. That means his resume is better. Ta-da.
Listen, AJ was happy Parker beat his ass. If
No,
Parker didn't beat Wilder, Parker didn't beat Wilder, AJ
Tuck
gonna get
that
that
in.
next
Tuck
fight.
your heart in. Put your heart in your pocket because your heartstrings is getting real deep.
Man, fuck that shit. Fuck all that shit with my goddamn boy. Fuck you come to New York and fuck your
I'm
ass
not,
up down there.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just
That's
giving you the raw
crazy.
data, bro. I mean, if you want to beat me up, you're gonna have to just beat me up. I mean, I hope you do a better job than Wilder's done recently, but I'm just saying it is what it is.
Oh
I
yeah.
just hope you don't turn around in the fight, man.
But listen, AJ, that nigga had to pay the man off for AJ to win that last fight. That shit was set up.
Oh, stop it. Here we go again with the conspiracy gold. He's
And
in the building now.
that shit was
Conspiracy
fluke.
gold has arrived.
That shit was fluke.
Yep,
That shit was
sure.
fluke.
What you call him, Brim? What's his name?
Conspiracy gold.
Conspiracy
Goddamn, that
Gold.
shit was fluke.
The wolf chat. Hold on, everybody. Mute your mic, Mr. Golden. Let us hear the conspiracy.
What conspiracy? Man, that man got a Joshua soft. Joshua soft as motherfucker cotton. The next motherfucker you get in a fight with is tag that nigga jaw, he gonna fold out like a motherfucker pretzel. And we know that shit. He the only fighter in the history of boxing lose, snatch another countryman flag and run around the stadium like he won some shit, like he Batman or some guy.
That was some.
Yo, that
Golden.
was a crazy ass situation. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
Golden, can I
He's
ask you a
disappointed in
question
the
real quick?
loss.
Go ahead.
Golden. Hey, Golden. What do you think about Earl Spence just losing one time and then going to fight Fedor up in the next weight class, and Brimley called that corny, but Anthony Joshua will get chance after chance after
Oh
chance
my God,
to
you
redeem
did. Oh
himself.
my
Hold
God.
on, Brim. Let him answer the question.
Hope you get this question.
Go ahead, Golden.
Question I'm gonna answer it. I don't think Earl should be getting a title fight right now. I believe what Earl should have done, take him a tune-up before he jump out there before somebody else and get a fight, especially after a devastating loss like that. And to the Joshua ass, they just Eddie Hearn just pimping the shit out of his ass. That's all the fuck he doing. Joshua don't have how many opportunities Joshua don't have?
See,
Huh?
hey, Your Honor, strike this from the record. Hey, I'm gonna ask you the question again, Maceo Golden.
Fuck
Golden,
my
I'm gonna
whole.
rephrase the question.
Go ahead. What you say?
Brim criticized Earl Spence for getting the title shot.
Uh-huh.
He didn't criticize Anthony Joshua. Do you see the hypocrisy?
I mean, he don't have no room to criticize nobody with Anthony Joshua record and what Anthony Joshua would get. They're trying to make Anthony Johnson something that he's not.
So
And
thank you, Mr. Golden.
nobody want to
Big fish,
serve.
big fish. You cannot say thank you, Mr. Golden, after saying that I proved you wrong by that statement. And now you got somebody who hate AJ to enforce that bad sentiment.
Hey,
What are you
I
doing, big fish?
just need one witness to get you convicted, man. That's all
Yeah,
I
I
need.
mean, listen. Jim Jones had witnesses too.
Listen, Anthony Johnson. Nobody want to see a third fight with him and Alexander Usyk. Nobody wants.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see that either, man.
I mean, I'd watch it if it happened, but there's something that's on my list held to the now. But I mean, I mean, but Golden. Listen, the fact that you're agreeing with Big Fish and that bad question and viewpoint, it says a lot. Because the thing is, Anthony Joshua got those shots because they were rematch clauses. He fought Ruiz again because it was a rematch clause. So then he got to avenge his loss. And then he fought Usyk, which was a rematch clause, and he lost a rematch clause. So then after that, he has had to rebuild himself back up appropriately after losing back-to-back fights versus the champion. So he didn't fight. He fought fights that were non-title fights. He fought fights that wasn't on pay-per-view, that was on regular DAZN. So his losses got shown in reflection within the actions of those losses based on who he had to fight afterwards to rebuild his career again. So it wasn't like he was just given every opportunity in the world, because after losing those fights with Usyk, he has had to rebuild himself to get back in his position that he may be in now, fighting Triple D. But I don't think that's going to be for a title either. That's going to probably be for an interim, because IBF is not going to strip Usyk. I'm very proud of them not stripping Usyk for this Fury rematch. It's going to be for undisputed again. So there you have it.
Oh, they're not
Grim,
stripping them now. They letting them keep the belt.
They're letting them keep the belt. IBF did a good thing finally.
Since he lost to Alexander Usyk, what top fighter did Anthony Johnson fight?
Well, we can't say he fought a top fighter. He was rebuilding himself to get back into title contention. So Jermaine Franklin, who actually is a pretty solid American heavyweight, by I might add. The only loss he had was against Whitewash, which he really won that fight. And AJ was not as confident self that he is at this current moment, but he still beat Jermaine Franklin in the 12-round decision. And then he beats somebody who gave Tyson Fury trouble, and he beat him very soundly. And then he beats Ngannou. None of those people are currently title contenders, so we can't say he beat the world, but he did do a good job with the competition that he had to rebuild himself to get back into title contention. That's pretty much it.
So when that Anthony Joshua versus Du Bois fight happened, and let's say AJ wins, and then let's say Tyson Fury loses, who you got in that fight between AJ and Tyson? Because they're gonna make that fight.
I got AJ.
I got AJ too. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Tyson
He gonna get the big duster out of here.
Tyson Fury don't got the legs, and then if the thing is, if Usyk can hurt Tyson Fury, you damn certain that AJ can hurt him.
Tyson Fury suffered from the same thing. Wilder
I don't think that's. I think for Tyson Fury is more of a lifestyle thing as well, and and it's eventually catching up to him.
I think Fury's biggest
you don't think
strength in the ring was to weigh his body on his opponents, and now since people know how to counter that, I mean, he's getting exposed.
His feet are not the same though. His feet hasn't been the same since when he made a conscious decision to play bully ball against Wilder, because he knew he had chicken legs and didn't have any good lateral movement and capabilities to overcome that. He decided to put that weight on. He would stop being as fleet of foot.
Grim, don't insult chickens, man, by comparing their legs to Deontay Wilder's legs.
Okay, I got you. Well, once he made that conscious decision, because the third fight, as good as that fight was, as enjoyable for us as fans, that was a sloppy fight, technically nasty. Fury, though, after those fights, the things that made Fury were kind of out the window. He had passed that stage because he put on that weight. He had already lived a lifestyle of not being a consistent, dedicated boxer. So that's why I got critical of Fury down the road because after those fights, the fights that he set up and fought afterwards shows you that he was not really serious about the undisputed because he wasn't fighting the fights to prepare him for an undisputed fight. When you're fighting a trilogy that nobody asked for you to fight Chisora for the third time. He fought Chisora because Chisora got a fan base and it'll generate some money. Because we always talk about fighters fight for the money. Because there was other fighters he could have fought that would have been more competitive, a little bit more of a challenge, but it would have been the same money. And then he fights Whitewash, another guy that then got beat up to the point where we like, okay, he's a shell of himself. He can still fight, but he's not competition to prepare you to fight the best. And then he goes off and instead of fighting an undisputed fight, he fights Ngannou and disrespects the sport of boxing by going in out of shape and almost losing to a guy who had 0 fights. That's why I look at Fury as he's not the same fighter. Not because of what Deontay Wilder did per se. It might be a contributing factor, but I think Fury's change in philosophy as a fighter and him not taking care of himself and losing the footwork and the feet that he used to have, him being gangly and clumsy to some degree versus a technically sound fighter that could take advantage of that. That's what we saw with the Usyk fight, and it just came into fruition. I've had Usyk beating Fury for a good deal, and I said that Fury and Wilder are both two pretty solid fighters. But at the time when people were screaming the number 1 and number 2 heavyweights, I said they're not number 1 or number 2. When it's all said and done, they'll be at best number 3, one of the two. And my statements that I made are starting to come into fruition, and there's only a couple of steps for that execution to become reality.
Man, Joshua,
So who's the top 3 gonna be? What? Usyk, AJ, and Fury?
Yep.
Man, this is the next big man AJ fight gonna knock his ass out.
Well, he's about to have. He's on the verge of having a fight with Daniel DeBose. So we about to find out. I'm not Q, but Golden. So if AJ sparks him out, I'm gonna go back, remember this video, and I'm gonna clip from the 3-minute, 7-minute mark of the things you said, and I'm just gonna ask you a couple simple questions. That man, your guy got sparked out, and his career's over with, and this guy is still fighting at a high level competitively and winning big fights. What do you have to say for yourself?
Soon that man touch AJ jaw, he gonna fold up like a motherfucking pretzel. I'm telling you that.
That sounds good. I mean, that's what you want to happen. You're projecting.
Yeah, I mean,
you're projecting.
I doubt that,
You're projecting your wants so you can feel good about how bad Wilder went out. So if AJ can have some similarness, it can make you feel a little better. But if AJ continues on and does have championship fights and ends up being a titleist again, it will only hurt your soul and your argument to talk about how doo-doo AJ is in regards to Wilder. It only hurts that for you.
All the way AJ get another title they did like they did before. Pay for them belts.
Oh, here we go. Explain this conspiracy, Gold.
Ooh, man, come on, man. Frank Martin. He sold that motherfucker belt to AJ. He laid out like a little bitch.
He laid out. That's what happened.
Charles Martin. He sold that belt. He matter of fact.
So Frank Martin laid out like Wilder laid out just Saturday, kind of like similar type of things. Is that what you're telling me?
Charles Martin sold that fucking title.
So he sold his title like Wilder sold his 4th loss just Saturday. Is that about the same? Is that the same thing?
I ain't say why. Wilder sold. Wilder got his ass beat.
All right, then he didn't sell his either. Go sit down somewhere. Conspiracy Gold.
For real.
That sounds crazy, man.
I got a question for you, Golden. Who would win in a hypothetical matchup? Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder.
The way Wilder fighting now, Tyson beat his motherfucking ass.
No, prime. Oh, come on, of course, prime Tyson versus a prime.
The only way I can see if Wilder would beat Tyson, Wilder would have to establish him a jab. That's the only way.
So that he doesn't have.
Listen, I'm just hear what
I don't see any way how Wilder could ever beat Tyson. Ever.
What great heavyweight can Deontay Wilder beat in his prime? Who would you?
Michael Moore, maybe.
wouldn't even put. He wouldn't even be on my list. Is what I call great. That's
Yeah,
what I call him mine. But I guess
exactly my point, Big Fish.
Goldie, who you got?
Who will win between George Foreman, old man George Foreman, and Deontay Wilder, prime Deontay Wilder? Because
Oh,
George
Foreman.
Foreman just took punches on the chin. I don't know if he can take Deontay Wilder's punch.
Yeah, he could. Deontay's power is a little overrated, bro.
That's what you saying, Brent?
Yeah, he had good power. Don't get it twisted, but it's overrated. The greatest knockout. No, this is overrated. He had good power though, but it's a little overstated.
Because of the caliber of the opponent he was knocking out. That's why you saying that's not impressive to you.
And I mean, if he knocked out one of these last few guys, then maybe I'd be like, okay, but I mean, he did put Fury on his back, but the thing is, the jury again. I think Fury is a little bit overrated himself as well. But I think like both of those gentlemen are a little bit overrated, and time is going to show them both being being overrated. Tyson Fury, a really good fighter. Deontay Wilder, a good power puncher, but that's
See,
this
another thing too.
This all-time great talk is going to quell a little bit when it's all said and done.
Fury got up. He got up all 3 times. I think he got dropped 3 times by Wilder.
That's
so
correct.
If he had this unreal,
He actually got dropped 4 times by Wilder.
He never got up. You feel me?
He got dropped 4 times by Wilder. Twice in the first fight, twice in the third fight.
Right. So he got dropped 4 times. So if he had this unreal power, that nigga should have never survived. But he survived. So yeah, his power is overrated. I could definitely see what you mean.
But he did. He fucking knocked out fucking Fury that first fight, y'all. Y'all gotta give him that.
No, the referee. I'm sorry, but if the referee he counts to 10, and when his count to 10 was 0.7 seconds longer than the 10 count, y'all reaching for the stars, man. Stop it.
Where you get that fucking metric at?
They had that little clock. They had that little clock running when he first started counting. They was over exaggerating the how long it took him to count. Just like, come on, man, y'all gotta get on it, man. Get over that shit.
Bro, that dude was laying down for about 20 seconds, bro.
No, he wasn't. It wasn't no damn 20 seconds. It was about 11 seconds when they did the stopwatch clock with him counting to 10. It was about 11 seconds. It wasn't no extreme long ass count or nothing. Just Tyson Fury found a way to get up somehow, and he made it just in time. And he kept his faculties. He didn't get up stumbling. He got up. He stood straight, and he was able to conduct himself enough to continue to fight. It was damn close, but. Come on, we're reaching for the stars, bro. Like, come on, man. That's crocodile tear shit for real.
Can I ask you a question? Was the man eyes not fucking closed? Shut.
No, bro. His head hitting the canvas woke him up. His head hitting the canvas woke him up.
Was closed. His shit was closed when he was laying down, bro.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, and this may be some conspiracy things, but I'm with the brother on this one, man. He was definitely down for over 10 seconds, man. He was definitely down for over 10 seconds. Man.
Him being down for 10.5 seconds and the referee counting to 9 and him getting up is a hell of a reach for, oh man, they cheated. Referee, listen, the referee when he count 1, 2, 3, and he counted 10, right? And it happened to be a little bit over 10 seconds in comparison to a real stopwatch clock. Man, y'all grasping for straws, wishing and hoping. Like, come on, bro.
But still, that's 10.
Yeah, y'all can't say the man ain't had no power because that dude was about.
I didn't say he didn't have power, but the thing is, you gotta remember what we're. Yes, you know why I'm saying over, but there's a reason why I say overrated is because of the words that came out of people's mouth and what level he was, the greatest knockout puncher of all time, and all that. That's why I say it's overrated. Just like I say Tyson Fury's overrated. He could beat Muhammad Ali.
Hey, come on now, man. Like that. I can't believe niggas was saying that.
But look though, man. Fury outweighed the man by a good 80, 90 pounds, bro. He dropped this
He ain't
dude
outweighed
to
him by no damn 80, 90
five,
pounds.
six,
You don't know. He
5, 6.
outweighed Tyson Fury outweighed Wilder by 45 pounds in the second fight. And guess how much he outweighed Usyk by?
No, what about the
40.
first? Why you want to pick the one that fits your narrative? What about the
It
first
ain't
fight?
no
What was
narrative
the
because I don't
weight
want to hear about this weight
What
shit.
the
This has
first?
always been the case in heavyweight. Stop crying, go out there and win the fight.
What was since you know this, what was the first weight difference in the first fight? Tell me that first before you go to the second fight. What
Was it
the
about
weight difference?
was it 58 pounds?
Okay, so that's fucking 3-4 different weight classes, bro. Shit.
Bro, I don't want to hear it. Usyk was 40 pounds less than Fury, and you saw this is what you heard in the
Bro.
ninth round. Oh, that's what you heard.
Okay, let me go. So this what I was telling you earlier, bro. Wilder fucking damaged Fury just like Fury damaged Wilder, bro. He took fucking punishment. His own dad said that shit. My son not the same no more. He took too much punishment. He wanted him to retire, bro. This is not the best version of Tyson Fury that we saw against fucking Usyk, bro. He
Look at all
he
these
got dropped.
excuses.
He got
Flowing
dropped by a
everywhere.
fucking UFC fighter, bro. Come on, bro.
Look at
That's
these
not the same Tyson
excuses.
Fury.
You know what? You know what? How about this? How about this then? Since you said that Usyk ain't the same after those two Joshua fights, because he did take some raw. He got hit. The thing is, yeah, Usyk clearly won the fight, but he got hit a good amount of times in both of those fights. So Usyk ain't the same, and Usyk is older than Fury. All of these excuses, flying everywhere. That's what you giving me, and that's some bullshit. And my black ass don't care. Cause he lost. Look at all these excuses. That's all I'm hearing right now. It's excuses, bro. Nah, I'm not having that. You have to tuck that bullshit in, big fish.
So you trying to tell me that there was no consequences physically from him fighting Deontay Wilder
He
3
definitely
times,
could be,
bro?
but there's consequences of Usyk
You
fighting,
said could,
but it's consequences of Usyk fighting
bro.
Joshua. So we gonna make excuses.
That Usyk didn't take the type of damage that Fury and Wilder submitted on each
Well,
other,
because
bro. You
Usyk's a
trying to
better
tell me
fighter
that?
than all of them.
I mean, true, but it's still an excuse, man. We can't use excuses, man.
It's because
Everyone takes
Usyk's a better
damage
fighter than
in
all of
fights,
them. That's
man. We
why he
can't we
didn't take
can't
as
use
much
that.
damage.
This is just something true that the great Bernard Hopkins say, man. Is with certain fights that you have, take shit off of your fucking career, bro. That's a fact. That's not an excuse. Y'all got to stop with all
It's
this
a
fucking.
factual excuse.
When a motherfucker give a valid fucking reason, y'all call it fucking excuses and
It's
try
a
to put a
factual
negative.
excuse,
Hold on,
bro.
hold
I
on.
feel
You
you.
try to make, but you're putting a negative connotation to it, bro. It's
A
nothing
factual
negative
connotation.
about me saying this, bro. It's a fact. That
It's a fact
motherfucker
and
beat.
it's an excuse. It's
I
a
mean,
factual
yeah, both
excuse.
things can be true. I mean, it's a
It's a
fact that it
fact
took
and it's
something
an
out of him,
excuse. It's a
but you
factual
can't use
excuse.
that as a bit like, because I mean, if that's the case, then the niggas should stop fighting.
Yo, the Celtics are in the finals because all the players on the other team had their best star hurt. They still lost.
Hey, V, that's like telling me telling you don't go to work tomorrow. Come on, bro. Just cause you you
But
not
see,
gonna
but
put
see,
up a good
but
performance.
see,
You not going to work. Come
but
on,
see, here's the
man.
thing though. If I do go to work, I can't be like, oh, I'm not performing at my best because I'm sick. I
Man,
can't
get the
say that because
fuck
I'm
out
at
of here,
work.
man. Man, come on, man. You know you can bullshit at work, man. Stop fucking playing.
Yeah, but if you bullshit boxing, you go to sleep.
Everybody, yeah, and that's what happened. But they still got paid, though. So what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
they got paid more. They got
I'm
paid
not
more than one
disagreeing
way.
with that.
They
Like I
got
said, both
paid and
things
they
can be
paid
true.
for getting in the ring. But hold up, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish. I can't believe you trying to drop these factual excuses out here in this world and us for us to eat these up like Pac-Man pellets.
factual excuses. Let me look. Well, you lucky I ain't in front of a computer because I would Google that
No,
shit
but you know
right
what
now.
you are in front of? A bunch of straws, because you pulling in straws right now. So you must have a bunch of straws in front of you, because you show pulling on them.
No, I'm just telling you. My whole point is, I think Usyk is the best fighter of this heavyweight era. With the past 5 years or so, 4 years. Usyk, how long Usyk been a heavyweight? 3-4 years now.
He's only been a heavyweight, Dip. He's only been a heavyweight for a little while.
Yeah, I'd say 3 to 5, somewhere between
But
that
so,
time.
but But if we talk about this era, his name would eclipse Wilder, Fury, and Joshua.
That's a
He
fact.
got to be the best.
Facts.
Yeah. So, but to me, he never fought
He what?
a version.
He
He
never
never
fought
fought
what?
Wilder. Never fought Deontay Wilder. Usyk. He never got to fight a prime Deontay Wilder.
Who cares?
So
That
we.
guy's not even a test. So what?
Okay. Hold on. Prime Deontay Wilder or not, that nigga's never beating an Usyk level fighter ever.
I'm not saying who would win or lose. I'm just saying it didn't happen. So I'm just trying to say for sure, can we crown Usyk as the number one guy
Yep.
in this era?
Yep.
Because he didn't fight in my opinion, like I was saying earlier, he didn't fight the best version of Tyson Fury that's ever existed.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
I mean, can we crown AJ or Wilder as the number two because they never fought each other?
Yeah, so that's what. So yeah,
Nah, man, stop it, man. This man Wilder done lost to Parker and Zhang. Don't even do it no more. Just give it a rest, bro. Usyk is that guy. They don't have to fight Deontay Wilder to prove he's that guy. Deontay Wilder can't even beat Parker.
Yeah, it's nobody that would take.
Especially if he beats Fury for a second time, it's a super fajita wrap. Grab some beans, grab you some rice, grab you some really good seasoned chicken, and put it in a wrap because that's what it pretty much is at that point.
But to me, y'all, I don't. We didn't talk about this fight, Brim. I want to talk to you about it. Fury started dominating that motherfucker.
Oh man, he won 4 rounds in a row, bro.
Let me finish, please, sir. In your voice, let me finish speaking, please. Damn. The man, in my opinion, you don't have to agree. I can hear it already. In my opinion, Fury took over the fight. I was scoring it. I had Usyk up early, first 3-4 rounds. First 4 rounds, I think I had Usyk up 3-1. Then the next part of the fight, Tyson Fury took over, bro. I thought this motherfucker Usyk was about to get stopped, bro.
In the 6th round.
I was on the phone with Q and I think Mr. Golden too, man. We all thought Fury was about to stop this motherfucker. He lost respect for him, bro, and then keep it smart and doing what he was doing to keep him at bay. And he got overconfident and got clocked. That was the difference in the fight.
He got clocked around before that, though. You know, in the 8th round, he got clocked in because the thing is, you saying Tyson Fury did take over the fight for 4 rounds. Round 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those are the 3 rounds, the 4 rounds he took over. But then in the round 8, he got his nose busted, and then round 9, he got drilled up, and then it was So I mean, Usyk is a second half fighter. He has pulled out quite a few fights in the second half against Briedis. He won the fight in the 12th round in the cruiserweight. So this is not uncommon for Usyk to have second half comeback fights because he digs deep and has more intestinal fortitude than the person that's across from him. So this ain't something that's like you give me these analyticals about how Tyson Fury was dominating the fight.
He ain't got that much intestinal fortitude because he done had the same referee save him twice when he got hit in them fucking intestines.
Same referee saved him twice. What twice? Yeah, there's only been one fight, and that's a controversial, questionable borderline shot that from one angle doesn't look low, another angle it does. Give it a rest, bro. And then the thing is the same, and then we talking about the same fight where the guy gave up afterwards and lost by a jab. Now he learned from that fight but became a better fighter. But this Crimea River move on this, stop it, 5. Not hearing it. Boo, boo, and boo. Now I'm not saying you crying. This is me talking to the masses who have complained about that. This is me addressing the overall sentiment.
We just bringing up facts, man. We know
there's
corruption. We know there's corruption in boxing.
I know that's how we know because Errol Spencer's number 1 at 154 coming off a devastating loss. We do know that there's corruption.
That's one that you would go to, you fucking mud buddy. But what do y'all say to these motherfuckers that be on this internet capping talking about ain't no corruption in boxing? That is, the judges don't cheat and the commissions don't cheat and the referees can't cheat and it would be this big backlash if they didn't have integrity. And all
we got Sugar Barroso for the evidence, man. The belt that is on Pitbull Cruiser and now he's becoming a superstar should be on the waist of Sugar Barroso right now. Yeah, I said it. Team Sugar Barroso for life.
So what's the most vicious robbery y'all have ever seen in boxing?
I just named one of them.
I'll name another one. The old man get robbed against Rolly.
That's what I just said. Sugar
Oh yeah,
Barroso.
yeah, yeah. That one. All right, let's think of another one. I mean, it's a lot, man. But
You know what robbery ruined boxing? I want to know.
what robbery, man?
Triple G beat the
I knew
fuck
he
out of
wasn't say
Canelo.
Canelo. Oh, big
When he
fish.
beat the fuck out of Canelo, and now we got to see this fucking diva ruin boxing by ducking all the big fights.
Oh,
He's one of
big fish. You letting your
the
hate
face
show right now. You're
the
letting your
face of
Canelo hate
boxing.
show.
Then fought all these fucking scrubs.
Scrubs.
Went
If
up to
Benavidez fought
175.
any of those dudes, they wouldn't be
I'm talking
considered
about them.
scrubs.
I'm talking about them fucking bums that he went up to 175 and fought.
You talking about
Was it 170?
Kovalev?
No, yes. Yeah, the washed up Kovalev,
Yeah, I
super
mean, yeah,
washed up,
he was definitely past his prime, but I mean, he had a
super
title.
washed.
He had a title, so he made a power move. You know,
Man,
like Benavidez right now.
allegedly,
Benavidez is
Kovalev
going
took a
for an
dive.
interim right now.
Allegedly, Kovalev took a dive, man. Allegedly.
No, here we go. I've had enough conspiracy for the night. Y'all giving me a headache with all these conspiracies now.
What conspiracy?
I
Man, that
heard
nigga took a
different.
dive, yo. He was in there for the bag, man. He's in there for the bag to make Canelo look good, allegedly.
Kovalev
He
took
didn't
a
have to
dive.
take no dive. He was past his prime. He didn't need to do shit but be himself.
And he was coming off a fight like 2 months before.
But when you think Triple G would have been a more worthy champion, Brimley, he would have fought
I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you, big fish. I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole with you. I'm telling you this in advance.
But that was
You know, you're going down a rabbit hole, big fish. You got a fishing pole in your hand, but you're fishing for rabbits. You're in a rabbit hole. Nah, I'm not letting you. I'm not rolling with you on this one.
A career was ruined because of that corruption, bro.
You said a career was
A
ruined?
man's legacy. Yeah.
It was a close fight.
Triple G's legacy was fucking ruined.
Wow.
Fucking
You know,
bullshit.
Triple G could have just won the second fight, though, right?
No, it wouldn't have been
I
a
disagree
need.
with
It wouldn't have
that.
been. It wouldn't have been a need for a second fight. The man got fucking washed.
He got washed?
Bro.
I thought it was a close fight. I thought
Washed
Triple
is
G won a
crazy.
close
He didn't
fight.
get washed now.
He
It was a
won.
good
I
fight.
thought Triple G won
He
a
didn't
close
get
fight.
washed.
I had Triple G 7-5. That's one round from being a draw.
The fucking ringside score, fucking Lampley, Roy Jones, every fucking body, fucking mouth drop when they announced the fucking scores. Dan Raphael, every goddamn body. Me, every fucking body thought that shit was fucking ridiculous, bro. And then you had that fucking one judge had that shit, man. That shit was fucking crazy.
Get
bro.
that pain out. Get that pain out, big fish. Come on, get it out. Keep going.
That was the biggest fucking cheating I have ever fucking seen,
Yes,
bro.
honey.
They cheated that man, bro. The second fight. What about the second fight?
Big fish, get that pain out. We're gonna just let you keep going. I can hear the pain. Get it all out.
Nah, I asked the question.
No, I don't want to answer no questions. I want you to answer I want you to answer your own questions so you can get all that pain
It
out.
sounds like I'm talking to a Saul sexual. That's
No, not at all.
Saul sexual is fucking crazy. That's insane. I never heard that in my life.
I call it caping for Canelo. I was calling it CFP. I mean CFC, caping for Canelo.
Yeah, that's what y'all doing right now.
No, I ain't doing none of the above. I'm not doing none of the above. I said it was a close fight that I gave to Triple G. You saying he got blown out. You just reaching for the stars because you letting your Canelo hate consume your whole soul.
I would say Canelo versus Laura is more of a robbery than Canelo versus Triple G.
Hell nah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Versus Laura?
Man,
that was a closer fight than what they had it.
That was a close fight, but that could have went either way. The Triple G Canelo won. That shit was a fucking landslide. 9-3, 8-4, man. How can you win a fight, V? fucking fighting 1 minute out of every fucking round, 30 seconds around, just fighting in spurts, trying to
Yo,
steal
Big
the
Fish,
round
Big Fish,
at
you
the
should
end
be
of the
real
round.
happy because you got your brother. I know your brother agreeing with you right now. I know E3 happy about hearing what you saying right now.
He like he a Canelo fan. He ain't agreeing with what I'm saying, but I know for a fact, bro, that was a fucking robbery. No matter what you talking about, Brim, how you trying to say I'm being whatever right now, I'm just stating the facts, bro. That was a robbery.
I feel you. I mean, you're a Triple G guy. I can't blame you for feeling that way. I thought Triple G won the first fight, so I'm not gonna slander you because you feel that way. I just said get it all out. I was telling you, get all that pain out, bro. I can hear it. Get it
No,
out.
it's not about being a Triple G fan. It's about being a fan of the sport. Like my man V said, man, that was
No,
just a correct.
I didn't hear you feel this
That
way
was
from Sugar Barroso.
that.
Sugar Barroso was much more blatant. And I see the thing is I've been adamant about Sugar Barroso. So I didn't hear you feel that way about Sugar Barroso, and
That
his was way worse. So I don't.
yeah.
His whole
No,
for the sport
yeah.
of boxing, it's some bull crap. Just you cloaking behind your Triple G fandom and your Canelo hate.
No, that was a robbery too. I ain't saying that wasn't bad, but just the level of the fight is no comparison. That's what I
Nah,
was
I'm not
saying.
hearing that. I'm not hearing that, Big Fish. You trying to mask it, bro. You're doing a good job, but I see through it, bro. I see through it. I see through that cloaked up message, bro. You posing as if for the sport of boxing, but you know it's about your Triple G fandom and your Canelo hate. Yes, it was a fight that I thought Triple G won, but it was a close fight. But your feelings towards that fight had you screaming robbery and bad for the sport of boxing, and it increases your Canelo dislike, and so it has your slant
Another one,
on a whole
another
nother
one.
level.
I meant because I mentioned one before that. The Fury and Wilder. That changed the landscape of boxing. That prevented us from getting a AJ and Wilder fight
That
for the
didn't
fucking.
prevent us from getting a fight. That
Yes,
didn't
it
prevent
would
it.
have because
And
it wouldn't have been no
the
fuck.
wider
No,
decision to
hold
fight
on.
Fury in the
No,
first place
Yeah, I
what prevented
mean,
it.
no,
see,
no. He
Wilder
knocked
could
that
have fought
motherfucker out.
AJ when he fought Fury the second time. That's why he got demolished like that, man. He chose to fight Fury the
He
second time.
had to fight him again.
He
He
didn't have to
had
do
He
to.
didn't
nothing.
have to. No,
He
he
didn't
didn't.
have
No,
to.
he could
Bull
have
No,
corn.
fought.
man.
Fury
He could
fought
have.
Y'all
two
would have.
Remember,
times in
remember,
Y'all
between
would have
that.
been
Stop
Fury
talking
it.
about
back to
him like.
back to big time boxing after he was strung out on coke,
Fury fought twice in
contemplating about
between
killing
us fights.
himself.
Stop it,
Well, he
bro.
said that. That's what he said.
Big
Y'all would have
fish.
been talking
You
shit.
gotta take your
No,
cape off.
big fish
Big fish,
shit.
you gotta take your
No,
cape off right
y'all
now.
would have been talking. No, Brim, especially you. How you talking shit about Earl Spence not taking the rematch with motherfucking
Yeah, but he
Crawford.
got demolished. That fight was a draw. Stop it.
I
Here you
want
go.
to hear.
See, I wouldn't have been talking shit because I
you
wanted
love
to
trying to
see
put
Wilder
draw a
versus
line in the
AJ.
sand with bad comparisons. You love drawing a line in the sand with bad
no,
comparisons, Big fish. You can't do that. I'm not
Yeah.
letting you get away with that.
See,
You
I
can't
wanted
do
to
it.
see Wilder versus AJ. I didn't want him to see. I didn't want to see another Wilder Fury fight. I didn't want to see
Like
that shit.
your brother would say, Big Fish, you trying to go to the Pro Bowl.
No, that's what you fucking doing
Nah,
right
that's
now.
you trying, because you trying to
I
do
ain't
these
even
baloney
you
comparisons, bro.
answer.
You trying to go to Pro Bowl. You trying to compare Deion Sanders to Merton Hanks, bro. Like you just, come on, bro. You trying to go to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I can't let you do that.
Yeah, man. I see right now. You covering up the corruption in boxing. That's what you
Is that what
good
I'm
for.
doing? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, you like freebies for Joshua, but nobody else. So
What freebies did he get? Tell me what freebies he got.
you see what we don't know what he lined up for. He lined up for something right now. He's getting preferential treatment right now.
Is that
He
what's
about to fight.
happening? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
he shouldn't be fighting to get the deserve to fight Daniel Dubois.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he should be behind him. Daniel Dubois should be be next in line to fight Usyk or Fury with him. That's
Hold up. Dubois lost to two different fighters just like Joshua did.
and
What are
he
you talking
said
about?
we just said we tired of Joshua, man.
Oh,
We
see
want to
that
see a
here we
fresh face.
see more slants. Yo, this not football. You can't be running these slants like this, bro. You running a lot of slant. You run it, AJ slant. Like
So you think what more do you want to see from Anthony Joshua? He can't beat Usyk. We know that. He probably can't beat Fury. So like,
I think he
what do
sparks
you
out Fury, homie.
what do
I
you
want to see
see?
that fight. I want to see AJ versus Fury, man. I want to see that for sure.
So who you got, V, in that fight?
I got AJ for sure. I got
Huh?
AJ in that fight. I got AJ in that fight against Fury for sure. Definitely. He's improved a lot. He's getting Fury the fuck up out of here. He might knock that nigga out.
Big fish. AJ sparks Fury out.
Yeah,
Mark
he
my
might knock
words.
that nigga out, like, to be honest.
Do
He
you
might
hear
get him
me?
the
You
fuck
know
up
how
out of
when you take a piece of melon, you hit it on the concrete, you see sparks fly. That's what's going to happen. He's going to
Hey, who
spark
did
him out.
Anthony Joshua just fight? Who did he just
Nagano.
fight? Okay, who he
You laughing, but it's the same person that almost beat Fury. So what you talking about?
Fresh is the same nigga that knocked Tyson Fury down.
You got misguided giggles right now, Big Fish.
Fury didn't fucking train for that fight. Stop
He
it, bro.
wasn't trying.
Hold on, look it up. Look at these excuses flying everywhere.
Not trying is
No,
insane, yo.
Hey, no, I said he didn't train. TRAIN.
Hey, you know what that is though? You know what that is though? Another excuse.
EXCUSES. Look at these excuses flying everywhere.
I got a question for you. Is it an excuse or not? Did Tyson Fury train for Ngannou?
No, he ain't trained. No, he ain't trained. Nor did he
How
take
we
it
know he
serious.
didn't train?
He didn't train and he didn't take it serious.
From the fucking visuals, he had fucking Homer Simpson body. What you talking about, man?
Still, that's
He had
on
a
him.
Homer Simpson body in the third Wilder fight too.
He was supposed to be putting on for big time boxing. That nigga let us down, man.
Really? Why you acting like Stevie Wonder tonight, man? Fucking stop playing, man. You seen
I definitely, you right. I'm acting like Stevie Wonder because I can't see that bullshit you kicking. You right.
So you telling me Fury was in shape for Ngannou?
Bro, I don't want to hear these excuses, bro.
Really, you got to participate in the show, man.
I am participating by telling you I ain't trying to hear that bullshit you
Answer
kicking.
the fucking question, man.
Okay, the answer is Fury came in and he almost lost the fight because he's a sucker.
Okay.
That's my answer. That's my mother beeping answer.
Yeah, you Deion Sanders son right now, man.
I did touchdown,
What's
interception for a touchdown, punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, man. Put your ass on the bench, though, man.
Nah. I'm starting, homie. I already went to the Pro Bowl 5 times.
Yeah, so I don't see how y'all fucking think that Anthony Joshua can be anybody fucking elite, and he just proved himself against Ngannou. Fucking
don't laugh about that. He fought Ngannou, but the only reason why the Ngannou fight became about is because Tyson Fury. He had to clean up Tyson Fury's mess.
He knocked out Ngannou. He knocked out Francis. Tyson Fury almost got knocked out by Francis.
We ain't doing the triangle theory. I'm not gonna do that triangle theory shit.
Okay, thank you, bro.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna base it on the style of the fight. I ain't gonna do that triangle theory.
I mean, if we just going off the boxing criteria. I mean,
Fury, yeah, because fucking
no, man, no. I got AJ by unanimous decision.
Man,
I got AJ by knockout.
Is a bodybuilder, man. He ain't gonna win no
listen to me, Big Fish. I want you to hear me.
Yeah. I'm listening to you, but V tripping talking about decision.
No.
Fucking knock Fury out.
Listen to me, Big Fish.
I mean, that's my first thought going into it, but I mean, I can see it going the distance too.
Big Fish, I want you to listen to me real quick. Check this out. You know how you have the basketball goal where the one is portable, that at the bottom it got the sand in, you got to pour water in it, and it gets hard and it puts weight in it. That's Tyson Fury's feet. So every fight we pour more water on his feet, and that concrete, that cement in there starts getting harder and harder and harder, and his feet are turning into cement. So he gonna get in that ring with AJ, and he gonna have cement in them brick feet, and he gonna get laid out. I'm telling you now.
What did Fury feet look like this last fight? Did it look like what Brim's saying to you? Because I didn't see that
Um,
until
I
it got
mean,
clear.
I mean, even with that fight, I kind of missed that fight till I was working, man. You know, I was working late night, like I am
Ah,
now.
but
But I mean, from the highlights I've seen, he wasn't that elusive. I mean, he looked like Tyson Fury to me. He
hey,
he was
Your
he was
Honor,
he was
Your Honor,
elusive, but he
Your
wasn't that
Honor, strike,
elusive. It looked like he lost his
Your
step a
Honor,
little bit.
Your Honor, Your Honor. This isn't a valid witness. Strike this from the tape.
Yeah, I'm not shit. I ain't gonna lie.
He
I was
literally said
working
a panel
shit.
when he said, strike this
What time
witness.
did that fight happen? It happened at like 5 o'clock, right? 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
missed the
that's when I
good.
Well,
just
blew off
clocked
the
in.
best.
Shit, I can't.
You missed.
I can't
You
watch this
missed
shit.
the. You missed
Big
a
Fish
good
don't
ass
want me to
fight.
be a witness. He don't want me to be a witness. He gonna
Yeah.
consider me a hostile witness.
But no, but like I
Nah,
said,
you a witness.
from the highlights I've seen, I mean he looked like the same Fury to me. I mean he was elusive, yeah, but I mean I can't really give
Elusive.
a really accurate description. I didn't really watch the fight. I only
Elusive.
watched highlights.
Elusive.
V, he started dominating. You need to go watch the fight. He started dominating this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I'm gonna go rewatch it tonight, man.
Bam, bam. I'm talking
For
about
4
punching the fuck.
rounds. And in 6th round, he
Can,
landed
can
us
I
a 2 good body shots and a
can I
nice
finish,
uppercut.
Brim?
I'm
Can
just
I
telling
finish,
you.
Brim?
I'm just trying to give him
He,
some details.
next time we talk, V, tell me if I'm wrong. Fury lost respect for that motherfucking. It was like I'm about to stop this bitch, and that.
Yeah, shit. Well, like I said, when I watch the fight entirely, I'll give y'all my thorough opinion. But yeah, I can't give an opinion right now because I ain't watched the fight, so I can't go off of highlights. I choose not to go off of highlights. So.
Big Fish. This whole I lost respect for all that. You know what that is? A big, gigantic, all capital letters, EXCUSES excuses. He's in the ring with this guy who was a champion, and he said, I don't respect this guy no more. So I'm gonna, man.
That don't happen, Brim.
Well, guess what?
I mean, no, you talking
Brim,
about you talking about
Brim.
for Usyk?
Hey, hold on, V. I'm gonna ask V because I know you ain't gonna keep it 100 because you trying to win your point. V, don't we
Yeah, go
see
ahead.
this all the time when a guy figure out that this motherfucker can't hurt me, or I just hurt him with a shot? They start walking them down. Is that the definition of kind of losing respect for them, where you ain't respecting their power no more? You just walking them down.
Yeah.
So come on, Brim. God damn.
No, nice try.
But but like I said, both things can be true too. Cause yeah, he did. I mean, from the highlights I've seen, he did lose respect. I mean, he was on the ropes, joking around and shit, doing all kind of things. You know, moving around all sluggish and everything. So yeah, he did take him serious. But we can't use that as a, as an excuse. They'd be like, oh shit, that's why he lost because he wasn't taking him serious. Cause I mean, he should have took him serious.
He did
Nah,
take
I
it
ain't saying that's the
seriously.
sole reason, V. I ain't saying it's one. It's multiple reasons why this motherfucker lost. So like Brim wanna focus on, I guess, his excuses that he lost. But yeah, it wasn't just one thing. But in my opinion, the man had swung the momentum of the fight. And from what I saw, I was like, oh shit, Usyk about to get stopped. And I was rooting for Usyk. I can't stand
Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I mean, from the like I said, from the highlights I watched and from the other videos I've seen, Fury is catching them with some good ass uppercuts, man. So I'm pretty sure he felt more confident after that. It's like I got this shit in the bag, and then probably took his foot off the gas pedal. But you can't do that in boxing, because I mean, it only takes one punch, especially in the heavyweight division. It only takes one punch. So
Well, yeah, fellas, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close this show down, man, for E3, bro. I appreciate y'all hanging in with me, man. Go ahead and
Appreciate you having me, brother. Y'all be blessed, man. Hold it down for the crown, and remember, man, Errol Spence is a sucker, bro. So ain't no way else to slice it, bro. Let me
hey
hop
man,
in the
salute.
ring. He's facing the big dog now. Fuck out of here.
Hey, salute to the panel. Salute to everyone who came through. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all bell notifications, and stay blessed, man. That's all I gotta say.
I
Shit, I'll see y'all
appreciate
on the next one.
you. All right. Shout out to you, Go Thriller, man. I'm gonna go and shut it down. Wolf Pack.